okay. What's the difference between world and international? Because international
world
is
has
the world.
talent.
Oh, you got to do something.
Yes.
Ah.
World has talent, and so does America.
You got to do something.
Right. You got to sing or dance.
You just pick whatever you want to do?
Monologue, something that you're good at. But most of the people that win are singers. At least that's how I feel. And I can't sing, so I stay away from America.
What's the worst talent you seen up there? Like, I can't believe this was she chose.
A bad singer.
It's got to be something worse than that. Somebody hula hooped or something? Somebody had to pick.
But that sounds like somebody wild is trying to do.
I saw someone try to do like a karate demonstration, and that was pretty bad.
They tried to break it like a
and it didn't break. It didn't break. The wood didn't break.
Nah, I fuck with that though.
So it's like, wait a minute. No, you got to at least break the wood if you're going to do something like that.
I got some wood she can break.
She brought a piece of wood out.
I know, I like that, though. Yeah. I'd be like, you want to try that again at home? I got a piece of The problem is this one is not as hard to break as that one.
Oh, my
I like
goodness.
that. Just the fact that she tried that stupid shit, I like that.
She tried it and it didn't work.
What did she wear to break the wood? She wasn't like breaking the wood in a bikini or no shit.
No, she had on like a bodysuit. But I mean, it was like a swimsuit, but with pants.
All right, listen, be honest. Did she say Kia before she did?
She did, and she did, and it didn't break. I would much have rather her not say Kia.
Yeah.
It didn't break.
That's what did it for me. Because in my head, that's how I played it.
Right. They make those dramatic sounds, and then it breaks. There was a dramatic sound and no break. It was bad.
Okay, well, let's get into it, man. You are watching the Anxiety Issues Podcast. I'm Adam Toyle Taylor here with my brother Boneface of Boneface Inc. And since you're already halfway into the introduction, please introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Delarice Tarani. I am the reigning Mrs. Florida Galaxy. Hopefully, I will go on to win Mrs. Galaxy next week. I'm a relationship coach, a matchmaker, and I run a mentorship program for women.
Come on.
She got all them vibes, too.
Right.
Like, she give me relationship coach vibes.
Right, do I?
Heavy,
Yeah.
yes. Man, you look
Hopefully
like you're ready to
good
fix
ones.
somebody's stuff.
Hopefully good vibes.
No, actually, listen, I want some relationship advice stuff from you. I'm curious. I'll give you some stuff maybe off camera. I feel like I talk about my relationships all the time, so I don't want to do that today.
No, but I think you could. I would like for you to ask us some questions on camera because, like you say all the time, a lot of people watch us, but a lot of people don't. This may be the first episode for somebody, so something you may have regurgitated may be new for them. It could be anything. It don't have to be a person like super personal. You feel me?
Right.
I just want to see I want to see her in action.
I just get redundant talk. It's just redundant for me to talk about it. I give you kind of like an adjacent situation. Then this is for everybody. This ain't even really relationships. I'm just curious, right? All right, cool. So there's this person I've known for a long time. You know, she's a female friend, right? In air quotes. But we don't have any kind of consistent relationship like that. Like we don't sleep together. We don't, you know what I mean? I've seen her for years without any kind of interaction whatsoever other than the hi and bye or what's going on in your life type thing. Anyway, you can kind of tell when said person gets into a relationship because they vanish, right?
Right.
Which I completely respect. I don't need an explanation why you vanish. When you don't respond, I already know what's going on.
Right.
Salute, right? So I bumped into this person out at the mall, and I can tell that they were single again just based on their response. That, oh, hey, how you doing? Open hug, open arm. I'm like, oh, you must be back out here.
Right.
Cool. So I asked, like, hey, what was going on in your last relationship? And this is what they told me. I'm curious to know what people think, right? This person is really into, like, the spirit, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's like, not like voodoo, but, you know, they believe in afterlife and things like that. You know what I mean? Things like that. Cool. So she was involved with this guy for a little while. They weren't in a relationship or whatever, but this guy was kind of like a dude. He was into some street stuff, though. You know what I mean? And she's totally not that person. So don't picture the typical street girl vibe. This is a straight, narrow type female. Anyway, she was talking to him on and off for about a year, and they had a close relationship. Wasn't anything official, but then he got murdered, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. So she goes on. Now, when they stopped talking, she met another gentleman and she decided to get into a relationship with him, right? Fell in love with this guy, everything. Then the guy gets murdered. Then the prior dude before gets killed, right? I just want to make sure those timelines are in order. So when this guy gets killed, he naturally is going to have a funeral, right? Cool. Number one, relationship coach, I'll break it down into segments. How do you express to your partner that you want to go to this funeral, or should you even want to go to the funeral? If you're in a healthy, successful relationship and it's going good, how do you go to a prior relationship's funeral, somebody that you've been intimate with?
I think if you are in a healthy relationship, so this is a healthy relationship now, you're secure in the relationship, there's no question regarding where you stand, there's nothing wrong with going to an ex's or even a close friend that you may have had some kind of sexual encounter with. A funeral.
No,
that's
ain't no mayhem.
final.
You fucking shit out.
Okay, well, that's final.
Yeah.
There's nothing after a funeral. So I think that if they were close, that she should go and pay her respects.
Okay, so I'll make it personal for you. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay, you're married. Cool. Your husband, I don't know how long you've been married, but just hypothetical with me, right? Your husband says, hey, I want to go to Cheryl's funeral.
Right.
Out the blue. Are you in a happy, secure relationship?
Yes.
You just say, okay, baby, no problem?
Yeah.
No problem.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, don't give me shit. It's too early.
Listen,
it's just 7
the
minutes
only
in.
way that you would be insecure about your partner going to somebody that's died. This isn't
But the
going
memory,
to their bachelorette party or their...
but the memory of that dick ain't dead.
No, but they're dead. They're gone.
Okay, so explain this to me. So this is how my brain thinks.
Okay.
Why would you want to go to this person's funeral? So that's number one. So let's think about this. You are in a happy relationship.
Right.
I make you happy. You're in love with me, correct?
Right.
Cool. So that should consume a certain amount of your heart. I guess you got children and family.
Right.
That should consume a certain amount of your heart. You have a bunch of other exes before me, right?
But you just want to go to this one person.
Right, but you don't want to go to all their funerals.
Okay,
but
I
you
see
want
where
to
you're
go to
going.
this funeral. So what about this person do you remember
something
enough?
special about him, obviously, if this
what
is
you
the
think
only
that is?
person.
What you think that is? It can't be his great relationship skills because
Right.
you with me. So what do you remember?
Maybe she wanted a relationship with him, but he never really gave it to her. Maybe they only had friends with benefits kind of relationship.
Right.
So she wanted more and never got more.
And now that's even worse than me.
Right.
So this nigga alive didn't even give you a quality title, and you want to go to his funeral?
Right. Well, I also feel that if your partner has a problem with you going to the funeral, then you shouldn't go.
Right.
I don't think there's something that you should do if your partner feels offended or feels threatened, whether the person is alive or not. If this is a relationship that threatens you,
Right.
then it's off limits.
And I feel like if my girl asks me, you might as well go because the week dead anyway. So something gonna die. The rest of our week done. It's not like you can ask me about the funeral. I say no, and this was for dinner. Bitch, the week is dead. You talk to me next Monday because I'm done for the week.
It's crazy you brought that up though, because I was reading something today, and it was a story saying that a guy was married to a woman, and she found out she had a terminal illness and that she had, I think it was like 3 months to live. And one of her dying wishes was to have sex with her ex one time before she died.
Yeah, that's too. That's
so much.
big.
So that was.
You might as well get in the casket with them.
And he was just like, "What should I do and how should I feel some type of way about this?"
Right. Of course.
It's a no, yeah.
But all right, but you sitting here and you have a personal person behind the camera. She come to you and she say, "I want to go to such and such funeral."
Go. I just feel like this, bro. I
hate the podcast.
I'm just this is a 1,000% honest answer, bro. I just feel like this. I think that like I've had relationships, not even sexual relationships, just friendships with people who I didn't fuck with no more and we weren't cool no more. And they died and I went to their funeral because
that's fine.
Because the thing about it is that there are relationships I've had with other women to where we were never in a relationship. You don't even have to be my ex. I just have a special connection with you. We've been cool. We spent time together, and it's just like you did. It's just I'm paying respects. I'm not going to fuck you in the casket.
Brother, there's nothing wrong.
What can she do?
There's nothing
in the casket.
There's nothing wrong with going to a friend's funeral.
Right.
This is not your friend.
Yes, bro, it is.
We sit here on the podcast all the time and say men and women can't be friends, right?
1,000%.
So now don't make her your friend now because she did.
1,000%. But what I'm saying when we say friend,
it is final though.
I understand that exactly. And when I say men and women can't be friends, that's an active thing. That's a thing that where like my woman can't go hang out with a dude or no shit like that. But it's like, what the fuck can he do? He's dead, bro.
Yeah, but that's the worst though. You think I want you to go hang around nigga because he's not alive to fuck you? I don't like.
No,
that's crazy. But if you go pay respects to him while he alive, then
no, bro. I just feel like this. I feel like going to a funeral is like
you say a prayer, bro.
But I understand that, but like, what can she gain from this? Man, what can she get from him other than paying respect?
It's final.
Man, you gonna have to be real religious.
It's final. It's a final.
A girl asks you to go to a funeral, she don't even say grace before her meal. Bitch, don't play religious.
But I'm gonna feel like you're a wild dude though, bro. If you come to me and be like, man, I'm hot at my girl, I'm like, why? she trying to go to this nigga funeral she used to talk to. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. It's a funeral, bro.
Do you feel like he would answer that question that way?
Real
life in the house.
It sounds like that person is not secure in this relationship, because if somebody is dead, like, he can't get up and
then why do it matter? Then why go? If it's that simple, okay. Well, then why?
Because our relationships aren't based in just sex, bro. You may have slept with somebody, but you can have a deeper connection with somebody outside of that, bro. Whether you're with them or not.
I'm not arguing none of that.
So it's just like, damn. My thing is, the way I look at funerals, bro, it's just like what they call it, paying respect.
Right.
Like I experienced you in life. It's like, damn, you gave me some pussy all these years. The least I could do is sit in front of the church and goddamn and pay my respect.
Why don't you do that for the other 100 people you fucked then?
Everybody that if I had 10 women die in a week, I'd go to 10 funerals.
You's a damn lie.
I would.
Man, you went.
I would, bro.
It's some people that you fuck at their funeral.
That means I ain't fuck with them. That mean I ain't fuck with them.
Right.
Okay.
That mean I ain't fuck with them.
And then
but there are people that I have had like close relationships with. We kicked it. We spend time together. I'll come to your funeral. But if I just like you just a jump off, no, I'm not going to your funeral.
But I hate these.
And then too, what if the person like really helped you through some hard times? Y'all don't talk no more, but they were there for you when a family member passed, or they looked out financially. You want to pay your respect. This is final. And their family may be like, well, wow, he did a lot for her.
I don't even understand how that comes off as a cap answer. Like most people would say,
because it's a cap answer because it don't apply. But in real life, no, it don't apply right now because nobody's actively going through that situation. A lot of people say what they would. It's just like watching a sports game, and you love to say what you would do. Like, 5 seconds left, I would have did it. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I would have done this, right? Cool. It's all fun and games until the person that you love. We just talking about a hypothetical person, and we talking about a hypothetical dead dude, right? But it's all fun and games to the person that you love, and you looking across from, and ain't no cameras and no microphones, talking about a nigga you don't like, and you want to go pay
that's
respect.
Different. You said don't like.
Yeah, but how many people do your girl fuck before you that you like? I can't think of many that I care for very much.
But my thing is, you can not care for them, but you don't have a dislike for them either.
Yeah, I don't have a dislike.
I wouldn't have a dislike.
My thing with this, bro, is like, every woman you've been with had somebody before you, bro. So it's like I have no ill feelings towards those previous relationships, whatever they look like. Even now, and you talking about a deathbed, I don't have an issue with my woman doing business with somebody that she used to deal with, as long as I trust her and I know how she moving. Yes, I don't mind.
It's security.
Don't do that, bro.
It's a security issue.
Don't do that, bro.
That's a security issue.
How you gonna tell me how I feel?
Because I know how you feel.
No, you don't.
Because you can't apply it over here and then bro, I can bring up topics.
Bro, how about this then?
I can bring up topics when it comes to women that you don't feel that secure about.
That's not every
that cool about.
That's not every woman though, bro. I'm talking about a woman.
I'm not even talking about every.
You just said a secure relationship.
I'm talking about a man around your woman.
A secure relationship, bro.
That's the key word.
Bro, I just let my woman go back home and let somebody that she knew help her move. You feel what I'm saying? That's proof alone right there. I had no problem. She came to me and said, hey, I have to get something from somewhere, and this person has it. Is it okay if I get it? And is it okay if he helped me? And I said, cool.
She got it from his spot.
What do you mean?
She had to go get it from him, right?
Yes.
He has it.
Right.
So where else was she supposed to get it from?
And he helped her move it.
It's not the same thing. But
it's the same thing. All right. So you mean to tell me a live nigga can help her move some furniture, but a dead nigga, she can't go to a funeral?
No, I didn't say all right. I just said it's not the same thing. That's all I said.
It's worse.
Bro, I didn't see
It's definitely worse.
It's less understandable. You alive.
Yeah, you alive.
Bro, I didn't see
It's definitely worse.
Bro, I didn't see you on. Never mind. Never mind.
No, bro.
I think it's
I'll just keep it on the floor. It's fine.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, see, it's a difference, bro. It's a difference when you have a secure relationship versus a relationship that's not stable. If I have a woman that I got to worry about cheating, that has cheated or has done this and this, fuck no, you can't. You can't ask me nothing about another nigga.
Right.
But if I'm in a secure space with a woman and I trust this woman and this woman trusts me, have at it. Because at the end of the day, bro, I don't understand why people even feel like it. Because at the end of the day, bro, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it and you can't stop me. And if you want to do something, you're going to do it and I can't stop you. And if I can't trust you, what's the point of me putting myself in that position?
And you used the word secure.
You used secure. You said secure.
You didn't say relationship with problems. You said a secure relationship. So
yeah, especially a marriage.
But no, understand some security is something that's constantly working. And let me also frame this for I hate when I get in conversations just in general and people think that this is how I would react to it. I'm having general conversations. I like honest answers and people being 100% real, which I don't think is always the case. But fine, whatever. I'll progress it in a second. If this situation were to happen to me, right? Let's say this happened to Adam Taylor, right? And my girl wanted to go to this funeral, right? Given how I know this person in general, if I chose to be with this person in any aspect and that happened, I would let her go because I know who she is, right? Do that mean I'm going to fuck with it? Do I think she going to do something at the funeral? No. There's nothing she can do, right? So it's not even about her doing something. Am I going to feel some kind of way? Of course. And that's what bothers me about people. They act like you're supposed to, or if you feel some kind of way, or if it's not just, nah, cool, I'm great, I'm secure. Man, that's not reality.
That's not what you said, though, bro.
No, I understand that's not what I said.
Yeah,
right.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying in general, you even the coolest of cool might let their person go, but you're going to feel some kind of way.
But we feel, but
my argument is, why would they want to go?
Exactly.
That's your,
and that's why you want to go. You're not gonna be able to go to this funeral and come back home and cuddle with me, bro. I'm not fucking with you for the day. I'm sorry. I'm not leaving you. We cool. I get that. I understand you had something going on. Right. I'm not even mad at you for going to the funeral. Shout out. I want you to do the same for me if I die. Right? And we went together. Great. Come to my funeral, please. But bro, we not finna come in and just act like everything cool, man. You think, man, come on, man. You just in a funeral somewhere crying for somebody you was fucking. And I seen people be petty for less than that shit when it's alive. It'd be the simplest thing, like a picture of your ex photos. That ain't got nothing to do with that. Let's see what happened to you.
I've been to a funeral with a good friend of mine that was dating this person.
Right.
She had moved on and was there with her baby daddy, and it did strike up some emotions. She cried like that was her man. Right. So. I kind of understand where you're going a little bit when I'm really thinking about it and picturing the situation. Because she literally had to get carried out of the funeral. Oh, no. It was strange.
Oh, no.
It was very strange.
You need help up? You that sad this nigga died?
She needed help.
Yeah.
She needed water.
I mean, y'all talked to last week. Y'all was talking before he died.
She needed to be carried to the car. Shoes was off. I mean, it was strange.
She needed a place to stay, too.
I felt like two things was happening. She either had unresolved issues with him that she probably needed to talk through, that she never got that opportunity to, get some things off her chest or whatever it was, or this was someone she was really with, she cared about, and so the death still hit her hard.
Yeah,
so
and that's my only point. Keep it real
so
with
I can
me.
understand both things.
Keep it a buck 50 when why you want to go to the show.
Yeah, but you gotta ask the proper questions, bro, because you asked the question and then you came back with something that wasn't the question. You didn't ask how we felt. You asked if we were okay with it, and we would be cool with it, and we would let him go.
When I'm talking about myself, I'm just talking about how I feel. I wasn't responding to the way y'all answered the question in that moment.
I understand that, but what
I'm just saying, when people talk about secure, that's what I was addressing.
Right, but secure, bro. The thing about security is this, though, bro, is that every day in your relationship, your partner is going to do something that makes you feel some type of way, right? But there's a part of you that you chose this person and you trust this person, and you have to just be okay with it, because we got work within ourselves that we need to do a lot of the time. That's why we feel like that. And what you got to understand, though, bro, is everybody has a past. I don't give a damn who you deal with. If you're not her first dude, there's a dude that she has some feelings about that she would have been with if she couldn't have been that she would have been with.
All that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care nothing about
that. But I'm
saying
if
they die.
But my thing. But I understand that. But my thing is like,
I'm so confused.
My point is like to feel like you can. To feel like you suppressing that changes that. Right. It's not gonna change it.
I'm not trying to change it. You're just not gonna go to the funeral. Yeah. I mean, I just said I'll let you go, but you get what I'm saying. All right, let me progress the conversation. This is what I like. What she said. The dude that she was with said it was cool, but it really wasn't cool. Right. I can relate to that.
And I've said that before. Cool. Yeah, I felt that before. Right.
So he planned a vacation the weekend of the funeral.
Petty.
Man, that shit was so fire to me. I wanted to smile in her presence, but I didn't. I had to act like I was on her side. But I fucked with that, though. That was cold. Yeah. That nigga planned the trip the week of the nigga funeral. But this how karma come back and get you, right? So she said a year later, okay, his family threw like a anniversary of his passing.
Memorial or whatever.
So she said, since I missed the funeral, I want to go to the anniversary of his passing. So he was like, nah, I think you're doing too much. She was like, nah, I'm going anyway. Or, whatever. You can come with me. So he came with her, right? So let me progress the question. If you go to this gathering for this dude or this, or this woman in our case, right? How do you act if you go?
I'm not going.
You wouldn't go?
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Okay, so for a dude who goes, how he supposed to act then?
He shouldn't be there. Like, why are you there?
Right, he shouldn't have went.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I'm not going, bro.
You don't know him.
I'm not going to his funeral with you either.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
no,
but it's like you can go. You feel me? You can go, like you say, bro. I can feel how I want to feel about that.
Right.
But go ahead, because there's gonna be some times. And I understand. This is what I say all the time, bro. What you don't want to do in your relationship is build a prison that you end up being trapped in. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not going to deny you certain things because I know there are going to be situations that I need to do certain shit. Like I'm a tattoo artist. Somebody I may have tattooed from my past that I used to fuck with may want to get something finished.
Yeah.
That's money for us. You feel me? I'm going to say, hey, babe, I used to fuck around with this person. They come to get a tattoo. You can sit in on it if you want to. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? But we need that fucking money. You feel what I'm saying? And they may not be okay with it, but they understand. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And they sit in on it and they see shit cool and shit be what it is. You feel me? So I just understand that, and the way I move and the shit I do in my life, I'm going to need a pass sometimes. I'm going to need some type of grace. So I have to give that grace because I expect that. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not a thing of like how I feel, because I feel like a way of type of about a bunch of shit. But it's just like I'm okay with it because it's like, damn, like if I'm not gonna trust you to move, if I gotta cage you up to keep you from making certain plays, what am I doing here?
Right.
I should be able to trust you in a room full of millionaires and feel like I'm good. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, it's just a thing with me. If I choose you like that, I trust you like that anyway. You feel me? And most of the time, bro, if it's not a situation to where it was a dude that there was a childhood friend with, most women like understand they man and ain't gonna even ask certain questions anyway. Just because they understand they man. You feel me? So it's just like if a woman asks you some shit like that, that means you've been letting certain shit slide anyway.
It's very few people that I've ever met with a proper counterweight like that. Meaning you could feel some kind of way, but it don't affect the way you act. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you saying you feel all of these ways, but it ain't gonna affect how you act now?
No. I can't.
You gonna feel some kind of way, but you ain't gonna treat nothing about your treatment of her that day.
And I'm gonna tell you why, because
your laughter gonna be the same. Your hug, you giving the forehead kiss today,
and
when she come through.
I'm gonna tell you why though, because I understand that the way I feel in a situation like that, if I chose somebody I trust and I have a secure, healthy relationship, right? Whatever I feel is my own issues I need to work on, my own insecurities, my own trust issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is I have no reason to treat her different. Now I may feel some type of way, but it's not going to be a thing that where she feels like it's directed towards her.
Bro, you think you function as healthy?
Yes. I do function as healthy, bro.
All right.
I do. Honestly, I do. When I'm in a relationship, bro, I do function as healthy. You feel me? But I don't have to be in these spaces. I hadn't had to be in these spaces in a long time because I hadn't been in a relationship. So my thing is, as long as it's taking me to choose to be in a relationship, if I'm in one, I've already checked all the boxes I need to check. So I'm cool.
And trust is one of them.
100%.
Fair enough.
100%.
Are you going with your man to his girlfriend's ex-girlfriend's funeral?
No.
You just gonna let him go?
You know why? Because you're gonna put yourself in a situation to be uncomfortable.
Facts.
Because it's gonna be the mama that used to love him like her son-in-law. Hey, how you doing? Cousins, these people. And it's going to be uncomfortable because they're going to make some comments. They're going to talk about some old stuff. And let me tell you how I know. I went to an ex's. I went to my ex-boyfriend's mom's funeral. This was before I got married, though.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have went if I was married. I'm just be honest. But I was in a relationship.
That's a good one too, though. Like if the dude is still alive, but somebody close to him died.
Right.
Like
his mom died, and we were close. Mm-hmm. So I felt I had to pay my respect to this lady. So I went to the funeral. He and I hadn't spoken in God knows how long, but I was still connected to the sister and cousins and everybody else. He had a new girlfriend.
Right.
So I got there. Delarice, the hugging, it was uncomfortable for her.
Right.
Because they treated me like I was still it. And so I had to put myself in her shoes like, okay, if this was me, I wouldn't want certain behavior to just be accepted. So let me kind of tone them down. Like I introduced to myself, hey, how you doing? And she said, hey, she was a nice girl. Right. But it was very awkward.
Do you, as a relationship coach, do you think a lot of those uncomfortable feelings from the other person is ego a lot of the time?
I do. And I think that if you could take ego out of your relationship, that it could save you from a lot of problems. First of all, when a person is responding from an ego, it's always going to be nasty. It's going to be about themselves. It's going to be about making sure that they're secure, that they feel good. But when you respond with your authentic feelings, you're probably going to be hurt. And you're going to be able to resolve your issue. But a lot of people have prideful responses. They don't want to admit that they feel uncomfortable why they don't want you to go. Be honest. Listen, you going to this funeral is making me feel a way like you still got some feelings for dude.
Thanks.
A woman would receive that. Mm-hmm. Oh, babe, no, if that's how you feel, then I won't go.
What
but
color
most men...
A black woman ain't receiving that.
Well, because a black woman going to feel like you shouldn't want to go anyway. Right.
I like you already. We warming up, though.
Right. But sometimes men don't say what they need to say. So we don't know what you're thinking. If we don't know that this is really bothering you, you just sound like you more so want to control us. And so, you don't need to be going because that's your ex. Not, you know what, babe, this is making me feel uncomfortable. Like, you still care about him. You still thinking about him. Right away, I would think different about wanting to go. If my man came at me with that tone versus, I want you to go.
Right.
Okay, why can't I go? Just because you ain't going. Most of y'all won't explain why y'all don't want a woman to go if you don't want them to go. You will just say you don't want me to go. But if you say I don't want you to go because I'm uncomfortable, that's going to tug on my heartstring.
Right.
My babe feel uncomfortable.
And that takes for you to drop your ego to say that.
You got to drop the ego. But a lot of men struggle with dropping the ego, and we're not mind readers, even though we act like Inspector Gadget and we know we don't know what y'all thinking half of the time.
Right. No, I agree with you. I think that I hate the term ego when it comes to relationship. I think a lot of terms are misapplied. But if you're not announcing how you feel, I do agree that's ego.
You got to announce how
you feel. If
you
you're with your partner, you
feel.
should be able to say how you feel, right? And there is a fine line between expressing your feelings and control, right? But again, it's that counterweight situation I talked to you about. Can I express to my woman that I feel this way and I do not want you to go to this funeral? Do you think her emotions stay the same? Now I'm walking around the house with this zombie. I know how I get in here when you don't feel, when you're not happy. You
I
feel
think
me?
if you have a woman that really does love you, if you say you're uncomfortable, that's going to hold weight.
It should.
No matter what, no matter how much this person did for me in the past, if you tell me, hey, I'm uncomfortable, that's it. I don't want to go. I don't want to be connected. I've had some friends that my husband has said, hey, you need, this don't look too good. This friendship isn't whatever it needs to be. And I'm, okay, cool. That's it. But I've had male friends that he has no problem with. I do think that male and women friendships can work if the man is gay or the woman is...
You all right with me. You are all right with me, man.
Men and women relationships, when you are past boyfriend and girlfriend, y'all done decided y'all want to move in together or y'all are married, what's the point of it?
You are all right with me.
There's no point in it. I don't think anybody should be closer to you than your spouse.
That's the only way my brain thinks.
It doesn't even make sense. You're putting this friend in a space that your husband is supposed to have. So then you're not able to talk to them because you're always talking to Joe. You always telling your secrets to Joe.
Right. Or what conversation can you have to Joe that you can't have with me?
Now, if you got a gay friend, that's different because I'm just talking to my other girlfriend.
There's some conversations you can have with gay Joe that you can't have with me, and I get that.
Like, I have a very close gay friend that I talk to all the time, but it's like talking to one of my sisters.
Yeah. Right. And I don't think women understand that men have predator mindsets. And that somebody who's who knows you, who's hanging with you, knows all your weaknesses. And I think and it's funny to have a men can't be friends with women conversation with a good woman, because a good woman is more oblivious than anybody. Right. Because they don't see it. They're just like, I'm just cool. And I'm just like, bro, how can you not? You feel me? Right. This motherfucker sit around for 20 years waiting on an opportunity.
And that's what they don't. That's what they don't realize. How long you can wait in the bushes waiting to unveil that.
Believe it or not, as a counselor, I've seen this in marriage problems many times. Clients come in and a man has sat for 15 years, 10 years, 5 years. Right. Husband made a mistake and he swooped right on in.
But on the cool, let's say nothing ever happens. Let's say nothing ever happens between you and this gentleman.
Something always happens.
But let's say something never happens, right? So I've had some female friends that nothing ever happened. And I'll tell you why.
Wow.
Because, and this is why it never happened, right? It wasn't my doing, right? Sometimes sometimes she's just not interested. Right. You get what I'm saying? And that's fine. But I always ask the same thing about the funerals, the same thing about going to lunch. My brain always says, it's got nothing to do with insecurity or nothing. Hey, what's the point? Explain the point to me why this is a necessary, because I feel some kind of way, but you're saying you have to do this or you want to. Explain to me the point, right? And if you can't rationalize a point to me, it bothers my soul. You get what I'm saying? Right. So even though me and these females, right, the 3 or 4 I've had and nothing ever happened and we were just friends, I've never even tried them. They never even know I want to smash. I never brung it up. I never said nothing. But in my mind, every time I spoke to them, I watched for the crack. It just never came. See what I'm saying? Right. I watched for the opportunity. A couple times I thought maybe this is the slide opportunity. It just never came. Like, nah, she's still into her boyfriend or whatever the case may be. But the fact that I was waiting to pounce, should her boyfriend be cool with that?
Yeah, nah.
If he can read my mind,
Right.
even though he knows nothing that ever happened between us, should he be cool with just me sitting there waiting?
No.
Like, boy,
No.
if you,
No,
boy.
I'm not leaving my children in the lion's cage just because the lion.
Right.
They say the lion don't bite.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's a lion. Like, no, I wouldn't do that.
So that'd be my only
And
point to
some
women.
situations
Like, that's
just a setup, honestly. Some
Yeah.
situations you setting yourself up for some type of failure at some point.
Right, right, and that's why I say it's just like it's in unique situations. I'm cool with certain things. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know how to analyze and watch shit too. You feel me? And I just feel like all opportunities to get close to your woman should be few and far in between. You feel me? They should be few and far in between.
Necessary.
Somebody speaking to you, no problem. You feel me? Somebody saying, "Hey, how you been?" No problem. You feel me? It's just the I don't want to allow anybody to do maintenance on my woman to where like you everyday communication often we having conversations about nothing. No, what's up? What do you need from me? How can I help you? You feel me? And outside of that, bro, like what are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing?
Look, I'm helping somebody move this weekend with the intentions on. You think I want to go move furniture? In
Hell
this
nah,
heat?
you
No,
don't.
but a
I'm
good
done.
friend.
I say every time. I say all the time. There's not a man on the planet that wants to do anything for you for free. He's not opening your doors. He's not checking on you. None of that.
Nothing.
I learned that real early.
Nothing.
Right. I'm gonna be in the back.
I
of
learned that real early.
You can't wait to sweat for it.
Boy, listen, because one day I'm gonna sweat for it.
You're gonna sweat on her.
What?
In your face.
I hope this come out after Saturday. Just in case I blew my whole cover. I got a question for you. Do you agree? Do you think therapy is a good thing, just in general?
I do. I think therapy and counseling is a good thing. As long as you have a counselor that is about your relationship winning. Because some counselors, I'm going to be honest, they're trained to keep you coming back, or they're trained to make you all of a sudden see issues that may not be that serious.
Right.
So you have to do your research sometimes before sitting down with some of these counselors and pouring out your heart, because some of them, unfortunately, a lot of relationship coaches and therapists are angry. They're single and they're mad.
I never thought about that. I got to keep y'all sick so y'all can keep coming back.
No, I'm telling
I can't fix y'all.
And I know that because I have colleagues, friends
Right.
that I watch, and they are mad.
Just like regular doctors.
Yeah, they mad.
Yeah,
They tell
absolutely.
her every conversation is, "Oh, girl, leave him." Oh, leave her. And you got to be careful with some of those type of mindsets where it's always leave, leave, leave. Sometimes you got to sit down and unpack bags.
Okay.
You got to open up the closet and fold clothes that you need to keep, throw clothes away. You can't run from every relationship. Every relationship is going to have some kind of problems, but running at the first sign of any little issue, I'm not talking about infidelity or, being physically abused, but you're going to have relationship problems. And even infidelity, relationships have lasted infidelity. So it really just depends on how deep this connection is and if you really can see a future with this person.
No, absolutely. And you think that also applies to regular, like just yourself, outside of relationships?
Yeah.
If you have any mental struggle,
Oh yeah,
childhood,
I think it's very important. I tell people all the time, especially in our culture, Black people, we don't get therapy, and that's why we crazy.
So this is that's why I'm crazy.
No, I'm
But,
serious.
no,
we don't get therapy, and that's why we so angry.
I'm with you so much. Okay, but how do you feel about people having therapy preferences? That's why I bring this up. So I've met a bunch of people that say, I want to go to therapy, but I will only go if the person is Black or male or white or the person is married or is whatever, right? Do you feel like it's okay to have a therapy preference? Because to me, if your goal, this is my personal
I think
opinion,
so.
if your goal is to heal, you shouldn't care who heals you. You see what I'm saying?
You
Just because you're a
shouldn't,
Black man don't mean
but
you understand what
Everybody doesn't understand everybody's situation, and I've seen that where I've had people come to me like, "Oh my God, I finally feel heard," and I'm like, "Really? Why? You taking the time to get to know me? You asking me about my family, my kids. My other therapist didn't ask me anything about me. She just sat there writing in a notepad."
But is that because you're Black and female, or because you just took the time to get to know them?
I think because I just took the time to get to know them.
Right. So is it? So my thing is,
I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's just about.
But I've seen people
Right.
limit themselves. Say, I'm not going
I've
to a
seen that
therapist
too.
if they're not this.
Yeah, I think that's silly in a lot of ways because you really don't know where your help can come from.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll miss out. I've had people tell me I was too young to counsel them. I mean, I'm not as young as I look, but I've had people look at me like, "Oh, you young. What have you been through or whatever?" And those type of mentalities, I think, keep a lot of people bound, a lot of people stuck, and a lot of people from progressing in regards to healing.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. You look young, but I can't tell how old you are with them things on your elbow. I really don't know.
They all things making me look old.
It just put you in different class.
Put me in a different
You know what it
level,
remind me of
right?
though?
Cool.
You remember you remember back in the day where they had like the sectional couch and the 3 little lamps that hang over the thing like that? I just see like a You know, if I'm coming home in like the 80s and something fine, something fine sitting on my couch with a little lamp hanging over. You know the lamp?
You
I'm gonna
always
send
be
you a picture of
feminine.
the lamp on top
You
of
gotta
my
be
lamp. Spider lamp.
You gotta be feminine all the time.
Feminine?
Feminine.
That's what this is?
This is being feminine. Yeah.
I want my bitches to wear that. I don't know what that is. Is it
feathers.
Is it attached?
No, it's actually made on the shirt, the suit.
Oh, you got on the
spot. It's a jacket.
Oh, you got on the Iverson sleeve.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I ain't mad at that though.
Kind of a jacket.
Yeah, I like that.
I dressed up for y'all.
No, absolutely. I just couldn't.
I took it serious.
It threw me off a little bit when you. But go ahead. I'm sorry. That's how my.
No, I was just saying that I feel like people hold themselves back. You know, people look at me. I've had people tell me, "Oh my God, I would never come to you because you're a lady. I didn't think you could help me as a man." Mm-hmm. And I've had people come to me, "You look young. I didn't think you could help me." And unfortunately, a lot of things that I've experienced young in life have really enabled a wisdom, I think, of someone 70. Honestly, I grew up with my grandmother, so I saw a lot, learned a lot, and I was a sponge. I sucked up everything I need to suck up as it pertained to relationships and just life in general. My grandma would always tell me the importance of having wisdom. Wisdom takes you a long way. Wisdom is going to keep you out of certain problems, and she was right. I mean, I couldn't escape some issues, but I did learn quick, and I did avoid a lot having wisdom.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you agree with therapeutic preferences?
I think that a lot of things should have filtering, and it's because I think in a lot of, like, I'm not going to a barber with a bad haircut. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree.
I'm not doing it because obviously if you can't see what a good haircut is for you to know your shit fucked up, you can't do mine.
But maybe I can't cut mine. I just find this way.
That's fine, but you know how to pick one because you obviously going in. This ain't the first time you got your shit fucked up. So I just believe in filtering, and I don't think that I don't think it should be definite or concrete. But I do believe in, like, if I want to go to a therapist on trauma, I'm more than likely I want to see a black therapist because he understands parts of me that a white man would never be able to understand, even if he went to school. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So it's just like, but I'm not saying that there's not a white therapist out there that can't handle that or couldn't do it. But if I had a preference and both of them got 5 stars, I'm gonna go to the black one. You feel me? That's just it. I just think people are tribal like that. Like if I had anything going on, like if I go to a doctor and he specializes in something.
Fact, I'll prefer.
Yeah, he specializes in something. And this other doctor, like, shit, I've been doing it 15 years too. I'm just like, nah, he does this specifically. I'm in that situation now to where I went to a doctor for I got to get my surgery on my knee, and he's just like, hey, bro, like, I can do this, but this guy does these all the time. Right. Which one you want? Give me the dude that do them all the time. So but that's not to say he couldn't do it. Right. He probably fixed
but
me
he
up
ain't
good
the specialist.
Too. He's not the specialist.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, some people specialize in certain things, and I would look at that before I look at your race. What do you specialize in? Like, what do you do all the time? So that's my filtering process. Is like, let me see. Like, I want to see who you've dealt with, who you've helped, who you've healed, and then that'll be my preference. I don't even have to see you. You feel me? I just need to read your reviews and see what you've done. Right. Yeah, so
and I say that too. Read the reviews. You can always tell if a counselor or a therapist is actually having results. If they're really doing, read the reviews. Them customers will tell you quick. I get all of my clients through word of mouth and through reviews. People see the reviews. Oh my God, I heard this. I heard that.
I feel like that there's a difference between knowing and teaching, right? You agreed on that simple statement, knowing and teaching, right? So your example about the doctor, that is someone knowing, right? Yep. I do have a preference in what you know, because you're not about to teach me shit about my knee. You're about to operate on my knee. I want to feel comfortable with what you know and your
experience too.
Your experience, absolutely. But how dependent are you on these results? You get what I'm saying? I feel like a black doctor is relying on me doing a good job on this goddamn. You have no benefit by fucking me up. White doctor might have some personal shit in him that he benefits by my knee not getting back. You know what I mean? That's just my personal feeling. But teaching is different. You ever seen somebody who knows the shit out of something but they can't teach it to you? Like, I've been in college, or I've been like this, like when I was training to be an engineer when I was offshore, I knew a guy who can work an engine back and forth but couldn't teach you nothing. You be like, bro, you're the worst teacher, right? And I knew a guy who was half the engineer he was but can break it down to you and get you where you want to go. So I feel like counseling, I don't care about the gender or the race or whatever of the said counselor, because I feel like it's my job to explain, even if it's my black plight. Your job is to explain to me now how to deal with this. You get what I'm saying? You're teaching me something. I know a lot of black people. I talk to black people every day. Most of my circle's black, and we talk about problems all the time. And we always dapping and co-sign like, yeah, bro, I go through that too. How do we fix it? And then that the conversation shuts off. Only about 1 or 2 people know what the fuck we should do here. You get what I'm saying? We can all relate to what's going on, but when it's time to fix it, man, maybe 1 or 2 of y'all, and one of y'all gonna say some dumb shit like, we should just kill the white folks. Like, no, nigga, we shouldn't just kill the white people. You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to, when you're gonna teach me how to solve this problem, if you're genuinely open into listening to what I'm explaining to you, your ability to teach me back how to deal with it, I don't think she.
But I think a lot of therapy, a lot of the parts of therapy come from relatability too, though. You feel what I'm saying?
It does.
So it's just like if it's a lot of stuff you can't read. That's because there's parts of black people that are broken that white people can never understand, no matter how many books they read.
Because it was broke 5, 7, 10 generations down.
Yeah, so it's just, but you can teach me about the psychology of it.
Right.
You feel me? But you can't explain, because there's parts of me, like in this everyday world, that cause me trauma that you can't explain and you can't understand.
Right.
So that's why I said I would love to go to a black therapist that's just as good as that white therapist that can identify with the other issues too. So now I'm not missing anything. You feel me? Because no matter who you go to, it's like if you go to a therapist that's on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's going to be something missing. They may be able to help you with a lot, but there's going to be some parts missing. So it's just like, I agree with that in part 100%. I think like some people, just because I've read a lot of books on self-help and mental health and things like that were written by a white man, but all of this shit makes sense. You feel me? Because it's more of a study and a teaching. It's almost like learning basketball from somebody. Right. But I feel like therapy kind of falls in that same area of surgery with me. Yeah. Because it's working on, it's the physical frame. You feel me?
I'm with you.
But teaching me basketball is something completely different. It's like a crossover is a crossover. A jump shot is a jump shot. You feel me? No matter who shoot it. Yeah. So I just feel like some things are different.
And then this too, a lot of black people like therapists with spiritual backgrounds that believe in God. Yeah. You know, a lot of times when people come into therapy, they're in an emotional place.
Sure. Yeah.
And they want both spiritual and natural perspectives. So I find myself in that seat many times where the black people want me to talk about God with them as well. And the white people like, oh, I don't need that. Right. So I find myself going back and forth regarding.
That's awkward as hell, though. You know what you said, though? Right. Like, black people need verse. You're a Christian?
Yeah.
You believe, is that Jesus in that picture? Just curious.
I don't think it is Jesus in the picture, in all honesty. Yeah, that's what they, whatever, they're going to be real surprised when they probably see Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
he got a Caesar.
Right. I mean, if you
that's gonna be
read,
wild as hell. I ain't gonna lie, that throw me off too.
Honestly though, if you read the description of him,
he's
not white.
No, he not.
Hair like wool.
Hey, keep it real. Jesus had a part when you got there.
Hair like wool.
Gonna throw you off.
What if he had a fucked up haircut like that barber I was talking about earlier?
I expect him to have. He's from the 1400s.
Yeah,
I would expect him to have the Zach from Power Rangers.
Oh my God.
He better have that.
Zach from.
He better have no fresh dude.
Nah, I want that though. If he got a part or anything, that'll throw me off though.
He gonna have some freeform wigs.
Yeah, that's Jesus. If he has some wigs,
some freeform. Freeform. Like it matted and it just grew.
I don't know if I like
They
that.
call that the Dade County dreads.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want him that black though. I ain't gonna lie.
You want him that black?
I ain't gonna trust him.
You want him?
I ain't gonna trust him. If he that black, I don't know if this.
So what black he has to be? Tell us what black.
Trust him.
Carlton black? Will black?
No. Let's see what black he got to be. Who black I like? That's just like I could trust.
Who
black? Trust?
Jonathan Black.
Who was Jonathan?
The guy from what's that movie?
You want your Jesus mix?
No, I don't do it.
You want him black. He just don't want him hood.
You
don't want him hood. You want him black, but not hood.
If he do anything hood, I vote myself out.
You leave in heaven if he Kodak black.
Because that's not heaven. I know the mirage when I see one. Yeah, I know. Like, I've lived long enough to know Jesus ain't up here operating like that.
You dating Megan Good. You want him that black.
That is not black. That nigga's the worst. That's the devil.
He could.
That nigga's the devil.
Okay,
you think he the devil?
Man,
why you think he the devil?
Because first of all, Megan Good can't pick a man to save her life. If she like him, he the worst.
That was a setup though. Megan don't want him. Megan was told. Megan was told, listen, girl, you just got out of this relationship. It was bad. We need you to date him for a little while.
Megan love a horrible nigga. If a nigga punch women, that's Megan's alley. She love horrible men.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did that. I don't know if he did that to her.
Well, we don't know. Well, I don't know.
They said they proved that he didn't though. And now they filed charges against her now.
Yeah,
he kind of look like he do.
He do look like it, right? He
just remind me of a nigga from the 50s.
Listen,
he should have been born in the 50s.
Dangerous.
Yeah, he like danger behind closed doors.
He look like he smiled. Catch me behind these doors.
You know who he remind me of? Like you know, you think about the old boxers like Sonny Liston.
Yeah, he looked
That's why he
dangerous.
played the movies.
Yeah.
All his movies, he old.
Yeah, he remind me of one of them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He I want my Jesus like the dude from State Farm.
That's Mix.
No, not who mix from State
State
Farm?
Farm?
He mixed.
He's
No.
Mix.
That dude is Mix.
That light
No,
skin
not him though. That's not
Jay-
State
You
Farm.
mean Allstate?
Allstate.
Okay.
Allstate.
Okay.
Man, that's what I want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
That's-
give me
that's-
pastor vibes.
That's the
That's
Jesus you
Jesus.
want.
Okay, okay, I can see that.
Yeah. Voice
He
and
cheated on his
everything.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of Jesus. They
Yeah.
Jesus,
But, it ain't, but Jesus
He
gonna
did.
explain that ain't cheating, and everybody gonna get right up here.
Yeah.
See,
We're gonna say,
y'all can't be up here.
you
then.
cheated.
Y'all can't be up here. Y'all got
Jesus
go.
gonna say I ain't write nothing of the
Yeah,
sort.
Jesus
That
gonna
ain't
say,
even
where
in the Bible.
Jesus gonna say, where did I put monogamy? Can you find that in the Bible? Is monogamy in the Bible?
No,
I'm gonna Google that though.
It's
Now
not.
I want to know.
no. They
Can't
talk
believe
about
it.
people that had several
Right, they
concubines
did.
and wives, and it
Wives.
was just what
And
it
Jesus
was.
ain't say nothing about that.
No,
huh?
obey your husband
Jesus
if
didn't
you
say
one of
nothing
them.
about it.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't
people
say
ain't gonna
nothing.
read that part to you out loud.
That's fact though.
Yeah.
Nigga had 10 hoes. Jesus was mad. He was killing slaves. He ain't care nothing about the 10 hoes. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I'm gonna stop
Look at
listening to
y'all. You know what?
That's what be right.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
You
It
You
ain't
can't
in there.
believe it happened.
She wants to
Yeah.
be in there so bad. It ain't in there.
listen.
You can't
We
believe
are
it.
not accepting cheating.
Is it in the Bible though?
It don't matter if it ain't in the Bible.
We ain't say y'all need to
When
accept
y'all
it. We
get
just said it
married,
ain't in the
that's
Bible.
it. When you get married, you decide that you want to wake up to the same person for the rest of
I'm
your
still
life.
gonna wake up to you. I'm coming home.
Right? No, and you and no.
Why would I do that? I'm coming to the house.
That's why I married you.
Yeah.
I
Man,
know a
women
man-
nowadays, y'all don't appreciate nothing. Back in the day when the man
Coming
cheated.
home after you
No,
cheated
listen.
don't count.
Man, can you picture like back?
Don't count.
Man, back in the day, women, you know what like great grandma and them had to deal with? Like when he came
Yeah.
home, listen, when he came home, his
Mess.
dick smelled like that other woman the whole week.
hot.
And grandma
He
ain't
said
say
the whole week.
the whole
hot
week. And grandma
mess.
ain't say nothing. Man, we got soap, baby wipes, alcohol. You ain't even gotta smell it at all. Because you go to the
Nope.
bathroom after you sleep with a woman, you can
Nope.
smell it all week.
Yeah, for sure. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Grandma
It
ain't
don't go
say
nowhere.
nothing.
Grandma ain't say nothing because that's how they were taught back then. Keep your mouth shut if your husband is paying these bills.
I need-
And
we
guess
need-
what?
we
They
need to go
paid
back
them
to that.
bills back then. They really did.
Grandma Loki thought that's
They
how he
took-
smelled.
No, she didn't.
like he smelled
I'm like, listen.
like he met her one day. You smell like my man. Like, oh no. Oh, I know.
Your man smell like me.
But you know what? Let me say this. That's why a lot of women started being angry
Yeah.
as the generations,
True.
they started passing that down to their kid, the girls. I'm telling you.
No, you're right. No, absolutely.
My grandma went through a lot of cheating. My
But-
granddaddy
but-
had so many outside children, had somebody pregnant every time she was pregnant,
But she
and
made
she
it, though,
stayed.
didn't it? Yeah,
she
she
stayed
made
and
it.
she made it. But guess what?
But
My
Mono-
ex cheated on me one time. She blew my phone up. Girl, you better leave him.
I ain't mad at monogamy,
She
but it's
made
new.
sure I didn't stay with him.
I ain't mad at monogamy, but not monogamy is new though. That's not
Monogamy?
Yeah, it wasn't that. It wasn't like even before grandma and them. It was worse.
Yeah,
and it was
because
worse.
that's what
like it
women-
was like what grandma and them had to accept.
They
is
did-
like
they did
was,
the most.
was like the best version of it. Like all right, cool, y'all good now.
But now let me tell you why they do that though. Women low key be jealous. Y'all jealous of each other. Y'all don't want to admit it though. Grandma told you that because she was already jealous of your relationship. Your man make twice as much money as her
She
man make.
was.
So she see all the stuff. She don't really like that. You come around with fur on your elbows. They ain't even had no good
No,
heat.
she wasn't.
Yeah, man. You
My
ain't-
grandma was
Right.
like, girl, if I knew what I knew now, then
Mm-hmm.
I would have left your granddaddy right where he was and got married again.
Granddaddy was
She
like,
said
where
other
she was
men-
gonna go?
Back to
Right down the street
Because-
doing the same thing.
Yeah, that was the time.
So we need this. It's
Yeah,
on
that's what I'm
us.
saying.
It's
That
us.
was the
That's what I'm
time.
saying. The times just changed.
The
but
times have
The
changed.
times have changed, but the thing about it is that the times are changing further away from what it started as.
It
It's not
is.
changing to something better, or it's
It's
just
changed
changing
something
away from what
worse.
it was.
But that's a good question. Times are changing. But what do you know is changing for the better?
Right. It's
So niggas ain't cheating less than
worse.
granddad.
It's worse.
Niggas got
Because
all the
now they're
access
not
to
even
cheat.
taking care of you.
Oh, we got all the access to cheat now. Granddad ain't had no Instagram,
Man, if Granddad had an
skip the
Instagram, it'd
game,
been over.
back page. Grandma,
It would
if
have been
Granddad had back
it would have
page,
been
It'd been
a
over.
mess. But
It'd
guess
been
what? They
That
didn't
check
need
would've
it.
made it home.
They didn't need it. They still found the women.
Yeah,
Them
that
Them
check
women
went home.
still found them wives.
Yeah.
Because they was
Knocked
around the
on
corner.
doors, right?
They was
Walked
around the
up,
corner.
sent
But
the
if-
children
but
over.
if your granddad had an Instagram and he could just fly to
Right.
Texas and after catching a DM, he would have never got caught.
never, dog.
Oh,
He had
thank
to call.
God.
He had to call his cheat at 5 a.m. before work
This
on that
is-
penny
this-
phone.
He had to be
and
home
tell her
at
he was-
8 o'clock.
He was like, I'm coming over at
That's how
7
grandma
p.m.
found out your granddad was cheating. It'd be a kid from around the corner come around there that looked like you at just
Exactly.
12 at the same age as
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
You like, damn, boy, you sure look like.
Or
Yeah,
the nurse used to bust it. Wasn't you just in here last week?
Oh, that's crazy.
That's how my grandma found
How
out.
she found out?
He went
The
to
nurse
to the
said,
hospital.
weren't you in here last week, Mr. Musgrove?
Oh, she played him like that?
She sure did.
Oh, I would
She
have
fired.
And she said she was tired of him bringing women pregnant in there, young women
Oh,
pregnant.
she did
so
that?
she's had to tell this beautiful young lady
Tory
to
Lanez.
run for her life.
Do you see how much hell Granddaddy was, though?
He was.
Yeah.
He was
You
hell.
ain't even that much hell now in
A
2023.
mess.
But he ain't had AIDS to worry about. If we didn't have that,
Right,
I
they
might
didn't
be
have, they didn't
granddaddy.
have that back
Yeah.
then. They didn't have to worry about
I
that kind
might
of
be
stuff.
granddaddy.
But that's why I
Right.
say
Now they
that's
do.
another reason why monogamy is good, though. Is
Right.
why
Too
like
much
I
out there.
understand it because it's a lot going on that wasn't going on then. But men ain't have to worry about that back then. They like, why aren't we fucking other people? Yeah, that was the question they was asking.
Yeah, like, it don't make no sense.
Yeah, it
not
don't
to.
make no sense not
Like,
to.
this shit-
Now your
Yeah.
woman got like
Yeah.
like, hey, bro, it's a lot of shit going on out here.
Right.
You gotta
A
be
lot.
like,
But
yeah,
to
I
me,
feel
that's
you.
even worse. It's not even like I'm not cheating because you so special. I just don't want what they got out there. Like, it's some bullshit out there.
And now, back then, men would leave wives alone. Now they don't want. They want the wives.
They're going to start selling pills.
They want wives now.
In about 2-3 years, and it's going to be back to business as usual. But we drifted, though. I think that's crazy what you said, though, that black people want more of a religious therapist
They do.
than white people.
Mhm.
Like, that whole thought process, that's mind-blowing to me. And weird, too. Like,
Because we've been indoctrinated with that though.
Mhm.
Like we've been taught to lean on religion in times to what like because the thing about it, shit been sweet for white people so long that they
Exactly.
don't need
They
a
don't
savior.
need that.
They don't need
Right.
safety from anything. So it's just like through
like
time.
Jesus is a luxury for them.
Right,
Right.
right. It's just like we don't really need that, bro. We doing good. But us, it's like we didn't have anything. That's the only thing we had to cling on to, and it's been handed down for us. If you ask most people who believe in Jesus or whatever to give you a breakdown of how things went in those times,
They
a
go
breakdown
good.
of their religion and breakdown of why and what they believe in, all they can do is regurgitate what their grandparents taught them or what their mama taught them. We don't even know why we believe in half the stuff we believe
We
in.
know
We
why
just
our
believe.
grandparents told us.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why.
So it's like, and it's like it's almost like we're.
Yeah.
It could, let's say, hypothetically, it's a mythical thing, and it's just like we're just passing it around. Let's say Star Wars became a religion, and people just handed it down to their kids, and nobody fact checked or did anything.
Yeah.
And we think Darth Vader is God 100 years from now. You feel me? So it's just like we just need something to cling on to. That's just how
We
people are. When
needed
we let go of
something,
one
though. That's
thing,
what it
Even
was.
if you like most people, when they stop being Christian, they go be Muslim immediately.
You got to have something to
You
hold
got to
on
have
to.
something to hold on to because we
Can't
just
be
don't,
free
we,
falling.
we don't know how to be free. White people know how to be without anything. That's like you say, their religion is just like
And you know what,
Something to
too? White people know how to be married and have different religions, too.
Oh, like
Like
one this
like
and
the
one
wife
that?
will be Muslim, husband will be Christian or Christian. One don't believe in God at all. Another person going to church every Sunday, taking the kids to church. Black people will not do that. They call that unequally yoked.
yeah, and white people do that because
White
they
people
marry-
don't care. They don't
because-
care about it.
It's because they marry for different reasons. Like a lot of the times, like men don't. White people usually don't marry. They marry closer to why marriage was created.
They
It's just
definitely
to
do.
like further
They
legacy
definitely
and build
do.
something. Like
To build. They marry
will
to build.
White people will stay together unhappy for 20 years just to get their kids out the house to college,
Yeah.
just to make sure the family stays intact. And when everybody move, mom and dad are moving to a different
Just to
house.
keep
and
that
they-
generational wealth.
Right,
Facts.
and they may not even get a divorce.
They
You feel
won't.
me? And
They
they'll-
won't.
They go to different places,
Now y'all talking.
and
They
they be
won't.
good. And they be good because it's just like it was. The marriage
And
was
you
never
know why?
about that.
Because first of all, they have guidelines. They side piece gonna stay right over there in her house. She ain't coming and knocking on the door.
Right.
But we ain't doing that.
So if your man did that, what if he did? White people do it right. What if your man
Right.
said, "Is it okay if he just keep her where she in her place?"
No, I'm going over there.
She said I'm black. She said
I'm
I'm
black.
white.
I said white people.
But
she
you-
said you
I'm
married a black
going
woman.
over there.
Yeah, but you black and
No.
intelligent, and you just said they do it right.
I'm
So we
going
should just
over
do it.
there. That's the difference. We ain't doing that.
Leave that good woman alone.
We ain't
When
doing
you
that. I'm
there and
going
find
right
out-
over there.
you go over there and find out she white, your heart gonna fall.
Oh, she know her heart gonna fall when she find out I'm black.
You going to jail.
right. That too.
Would you prefer your man's side woman be black or white? If you see her, would you have a preference? Would it make you matter if she was a white woman? I don't know. Your crown like it tilted when I said that.
It did. It tilted 5 ways.
Yeah, oh,
They catch it for
Right. Oh yeah.
well, why would that matter? You don't see color. You just pick the whole thing.
No. First of all, you cheat down. You cheat like you bored. Don't cheat like you trying to replace me.
I like you. So the white
Okay.
woman, that's an upgrade.
Yeah, it could be. Could be dependent. Depending.
Okay.
Depending.
I'm just saying, they
You say
gonna
you want him to cheat down? not
Down,
up?
cheat down. Don't cheat up because when you cheat up, you cheating because you want to leave. When you cheat down, you cheating because of something in you.
All right, this is my
Something
first time I
that's
get to be
broken
on this
inside
side
you.
of the table.
Hold on,
so
hold
why
on,
is that
hold on.
white woman
Listen,
above
that's
black
what I wanna
women?
know.
Why are they above our
Because
crews? I
first
need
of
to know.
all,
Yeah, I got
If
to
a
know.
white woman sitting over there quiet, she got a plan. Okay? Black women ain't sitting over there quiet with no plan. We think different. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a counselor. I see black and white women all the time. Black women think different from white women. A white woman is going to sit over there quietly and she's going to plot. And if he leaves, she's going to take everything he got. She going to the news. She going here. We don't know how to do that.
Right.
We messing up everything. We going to the mama house because we done fell in love for real. It's a business deal for them because if they cheating with you, they know that they not the main girl. They already know that. That's in their head.
The white woman.
Black women, we trying to take you from, it's personal for the woman that you don't even know.
So, okay, then why are you upset with the white woman? She don't want to take...
Because I know that this woman got a plan.
I thought you said the black woman want to be number one.
Black women don't have a plan other than I'm taking him from you.
I just want to be number one. I don't have no plan.
It's about getting back at you. It's never about whatever their plan is. White women are strategic and they plot and they plan. That's why when men cheat with white women, they go to the ground. Black women will keep that secret. They'll be quiet. They will quietly sit in that car. They will see your wife. They won't say a word. If you keep sending their money, that white woman, play with me.
I ain't never seen no white queens tear down no kings. Them niggas be happy. All my partners I know sleeping with white women on the side.
White women be killing y'all. What you talking about?
They're killing us with what? With bad food,
white
maybe. But other than that.
White women be killing black men. White women be so strategic. You hear me? How many men have we seen get killed,
let me explain.
With a white woman.
Let me explain.
Your boy Jonathan, what he was dealing with?
You're right. But let me explain. Let me explain.
Black woman would have never. We would have said, send me that money and we would have been quiet.
Black queen, let me explain. The only reason why I got to side with my white queens on that, they're supposed to kill us sometimes. Listen, we know damn well that they ain't used to this kind of dick in their culture, but we go over there and we slang it to death. That's our fault.
And y'all trying to poo-poo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right, and then we try to take it up out their life, and they not going.
Right, they want to offer whole family about y'all.
So we be over there fucking raw. We be over there making them say shit things. Yeah, exactly. Because it's exotic to us, right?
Y'all turn them into other people.
Because it's exotic though, right? To us, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was funny. Some girl told me one time, she's like, all I date is exotic men. I was like, what kind of men? She said, Puerto Rican. That's exotic? Right. But anyway... But that's, to us, when we get with a white one, we do some shit that we don't normally do.
Right, y'all do some dumb stuff when y'all get stupid.
They get kinky over
Then y'all start acting like what y'all got at home don't look good, don't make sense. Oh, they hair, this, that. Y'all put black women through that stuff, and then they start feeling insecure. All of a sudden, they start wearing the weed, the this, the that.
Well, get the hair right. That's on y'all.
What?
Listen. Sex is a learning experience. Only reason white women fuck so good is because they don't have no pride.
They don't. That's their business.
And it's the funnest. It's
that's their problem. Yeah, they ain't got no pride. But
we shouldn't have it either in the bedroom.
This is the thing. If you have an issue, that's when you talk to your spouse. Let them know, hey, you ain't doing something too hot in this area. Let's talk about it. Let's fix it. Tell me what you like so I can do it. You don't just have a problem with it and you go get it from Becky. Tell me what you don't like.
But he's expressed on the podcast before that he's somebody who doesn't prefer to do the things that he does to those people, to his woman.
Yeah, unless you white. But because she don't mind. It's like, okay, listen. Listen, okay. First of all, I'm back. I wanted to apologize to black women. I've been on this side. In my new stand, in my personal life.
So you black again? You dating black again?
Yes, I would say I've always been black. I'm not so even if you see me with a white woman ever, I'm still just as black. She can't say nigga.
It's a game that you playing, basically.
No, it's not a game I'm playing. I'm trying to figure out where I belong. And sometimes y'all make me mad sometimes. But I want to apologize. I've been on the other side for quite some time now, a year, 2 years, something like that. But I'm starting to miss. You know what I mean? I had a couple experiences with some black women. It's just shit in general that I miss. Just certain conversations. So I'm back in general. But for the sake of conversation, the only reason why it's different is some people. You ever had somebody do something for you and they did what you asked them to do, but they did it with an attitude and you rather them just not do it?
Did you ask on the spot is the question.
But it don't, but you think Becky
it does
care
matter.
when I ask her?
But Becky don't have no class and Becky don't got no pride.
I don't want no class.
Because you know what happens?
But listen,
you hurt the ego. For the woman too, when you in the moment, I don't like when you do this that way. You feel uncomfortable.
I care about that right now?
Tell
me
later.
Nuts. Huh?
Tell me when we sitting down later, hey.
So I'm supposed to be having dinner and be like, how you feel about getting them nuts tonight?
Yeah, tell me.
No, get them nuts when they out.
Tell me during pillow talk. When we sleep, we relaxing. Tell me then. Don't tell me in the...
like this tomorrow.
I'd rather you tell me later, not in the moment.
That don't make no sense.
You break concentration. You take people out the mood when you start trying to
that'll fuck you up too though. If you hit your girl and she say in the middle of hitting your girl, she say you don't be fucking me right.
No, but listen, I'm not telling you. But see, that's yeah, of course.
Because that's exactly what you're saying though.
No, I'm not.
That is exactly what you're saying.
So if I'm hitting the right spot and my girl say right there, that's telling me I wasn't doing
that's
that right.
Not what you said though.
I said get them nuts.
If she already on them nuts, then you can tell her how to get them nuts.
But why would I? No, that don't make no sense what y'all saying.
No, it makes sense.
You can narrate, but you can't act like somebody's doing something wrong.
I agree. So I'm just narrating. If you up here doing stuff up here, and I want you to get something that you might not be going to,
you can say that.
Yeah,
you can say that.
But black woman, like you say, you don't want to hear that right then and there.
Who don't want to hear that?
It depends on how you saying it.
Oh, okay.
Just get them. No, they know the way to say it.
If you not that's
what I say.
if you saying it in that way, then that's different. But I'm saying like, if you critiquing somebody, that's different.
No, I'm not gonna be like, man, the way you getting them nuts.
Right.
No, it's not
okay,
really
well then that's two different things.
No, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
If you say that to Becky, she gonna be like, that what you want, and she gonna happily go get them.
Because Becky's stupid.
Yeah.
He said you want somebody dumb then.
Exactly, though. Hey, off therapy, off that kind of thing. Man, my man Tory Lanez got 10 years, man.
That's crazy.
Tory Lanez got 10 years for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. It's a lot of time. You agree with the sentence or you don't agree with the sentence?
I think this though. I'm not gonna say I don't agree with the sentence. I want to say that it's not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I've seen people get a lot less time for less.
Yep.
You feel me? I've seen rapists get less time. I've seen people who have actually killed people get less time.
Exactly.
The guy who was driving Henry Ruggs was driving 150 miles per hour and killed 2 people, and he got 2 years.
Bro,
you feel me?
If I was that young girl's parents, I'd be waiting at the jail to kill it. I don't want to wish death on nobody. But if that was my daughter you killed,
and you get 2 years,
driving 120 drunk on a regular street, and you get 2 years,
and possibly gonna be right back in the league in 4.
They can't.
Yeah,
the league will be if that'll surprise me.
They gonna make him go do some therapy.
He killed somebody.
He did. Well,
Jim Boeheim from Syracuse killed somebody.
Right.
He was back coaching the next year.
Yeah.
And then you had the kick returner who killed somebody. And he was back in the league the next year.
The wide receiver, I forgot his name, but he played in Baltimore. He ran on the sidewalk and killed the girl. He was back
in the league. So it's just,
he'll be back.
They'll wait for people to forget about it. But
or
that's why
they'll do something to make us feel sorry for him or feel like he changed. They'll send him some therapy, whatever. He gonna go donate some money somewhere, and he'll be right back.
Yeah, 10 years for shooting somebody in any part of their body is understandable. You feel me? Especially if it's in a situation to where like this person doesn't have a weapon, it's not self-defense. That's fine, but let's keep it consistent. My issue with the justice system is the consistency, not the time that like I don't care if you give me 100 years for something, but just make sure you give Buddy 100 years too.
Right.
Everybody. That's why I think the justice system should be this. It should be a chart that says for every crime. First offense, second offense, all of these things. You feel me? Once you're proven in court to have this, whether you're white, black, brown, male, female, this is the time for this. Right. That's how they do in other countries.
Right.
If you get caught stealing, it costs you this.
Yep.
I don't give a damn if you're a tour. You see how they did Brittany Griner? Yep. We don't care if it's a gram of weed. We don't care if it's a pound of weed. If you get caught with it, this is the time. Yep. You feel me? And that should be, our system should be the same way. And we look at other systems and frown and like, it's unfair. No, it's equal.
Yeah, keep
across the board. Keep you from doing dumb shit. That's why it's so peaceful. That's why you can go to places overseas and it ain't no trash on the ground. It ain't no wild shit happening.
It's 2 years for throwing that paper down.
Right. And all of their crime is underground.
Yeah.
You feel me? You don't have to worry about walking around in the middle of the day and nothing happening to you. But our crime system our justice system is so inconsistent that people understand, and people have gotten an understanding of what they can get away with.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like they try the system all the time, knowing that, hey, I'm gonna get away because I'm this or I'm that.
Right.
And I just feel like what he got is cool, but keep it consistent. Like I'm just like, if that's what it is.
Well, they made an example out of him. We all know that.
Yeah, 100%. And I think if it was reversed and she shot him in the foot, she wouldn't be in jail at all.
So then you saying it's excessive.
Yeah.
If he made,
I do feel like he was wrong, especially when everything came out. I didn't think he shot at first. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Megan was lying.
I still don't.
Yeah. I thought Megan was lying until all the text messages and all that stuff started popping up, and the messages back and forth between the two of them. It's like, okay, yeah, he shot her.
Right.
But I do think that we gonna make an example out of you.
And if you're gonna have some leniency on somebody in a situation, that's a situation where you have leniency. You understand that everybody's been drinking, we've been partying, nobody's in their right mind. You feel me? So it's just like you're gonna give Henry Ruggs an excuse that he was drunk when he was driving 150. You feel me? So it's just like, bro, I wasn't even myself, she wasn't herself. I don't remember what happened. You feel me? That type of deal. But I also feel like if it was reversed and she shot him in the foot, do you think she would have got 10 years?
No.
That's
definitely
my issue.
My
Issue is keep it consistent.
No.
Keep it consistent.
I feel like he had the worst defense team ever. First of all,
he had to.
And I'm open with my bias, right? I'm not a Tory Lanez fan. I do not have any I think personally Tory Lanez is a bitch ass nigga. I don't like Tory.
He got short man syndrome.
Yeah, he does absolutely 1,000%.
Yeah, that's why he had a gun on the female in the first place.
Like, that was just like, what?
But Meg got big bitch syndrome. I don't know if you ever been around a giant woman.
She do.
Yeah, exactly. But
she a big girl.
She looked like she put her hands on anybody who don't do what she say. You hear me?
They was going head to head. That's what happened. He pulled out that gun.
Yeah. And if they had any sense, all that man had to do was say, I was afraid for my life. All he had to do was say they got into it. I fucked her best friend.
Oh,
she got upset about it, and she went for the gun. I would have believed that. She looked like she'd go for the gun. Everybody said she was drunk as shit, right? You fucked her best friend. You got caught doing that, right? And just say she was going for the gun. Y'all was tussling for it, and it went off. I believe they'd had to let him go. He 5'4" at the most. She looked like she could whoop him. Like if they had a fight,
she probably has. He won't talk about it, but she probably has.
I think another thing that affected that too, though, is that this happened at the peak of her fame too, though. It's almost like you can't shoot Janet Jackson and get away with it. You can't shoot Lizzo and get away with it. Like these are people that people are making a lot of money off of. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you damaging property. You slowing down shows. You stopping something. Had he shot a friend in the best foot, we wouldn't have heard about this.
Listen, they swear Rock Nation flipped. They had a character witness that was for Tory. The witness that was going to testify saying that Tory didn't have the gun. In the last minute, the dad, he was screaming outside the court. On the day that he was supposed to testify, they called him coming out the prosecution's office. Walking out with and then testified that he saw Tory with the gun. So this is our witness. He's only on the docket because we put him there. I'm not gonna put somebody on the docket that I talked to and said I had it. Right. You get what I'm saying? So they swear Rock Nation had something to do with that, but that's just the speculation.
Well, they've been saying that they're trying to silence him, so I guess they got him quiet now.
Hey, I don't personally mind the 10 years. I'm gonna tell you why. Sometimes you get a stupid tax. If you are on trial for violent acts, right? You do not want to be seen doing anything else violent. Right? So you on trial for a violent act, shooting somebody, and you got enough nerve to punch August Alsina on the camera and be tough and little man syndrome. All right, well, cool. Sound like you a violent nigga to me then. Well, let me go and give you this 10.
You're supposed to be on your best behavior until this is over with.
Come on, man.
Yeah. But like you say, though, he seems like he had the Napoleon complex 1,000%. And he just like, bro, and the one thing he did this when he was in a state where he wasn't relevant.
Right. Yeah, he should have made a hot album first.
Yeah, maybe if he was Chris Brown, he wouldn't have got 10, but you're not Chris Brown. You think you bigger than you are, and you found out real quick that you are a D-list celebrity, not an A1. Yeah. You cannot shoot an A-list celebrity if you are a D-list celebrity.
That is fact, boy. You're from Canada, boy.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
You are not Drake. You're the wrong person from Canada.
Right, you ain't Drake.
Right. They'd have tried Drake in Canada.
Jake would have been out.
Real shit, though. Do y'all think Megan doing what she's supposed to do, though? I don't like, and it ain't my right to say. Let's say the girl did get shot. Hell, I wasn't there, right? So I ain't even going to pretend like I know what happened. Some of them quotes, even after the sentencing, I'm like, bro, what's the point?
I ain't reading none of it. I ain't
really getting
I don't think she should have. I think she just has been quiet. He already in jail. Like, all right.
She ain't necessarily wilding, but just she expressing like, oh, what I've been going through since this, I still suffer from. But like, bro,
you making it worse, right? You making it worse. He already in jail.
He got what he's supposed to get. 10, you don't die and you get shot in the foot. 10. That's,
and I'm gonna be 51-50 with you. If you,
I think she probably is upset because everybody felt like she was lying.
Right.
Like Megan was the liar in the beginning of this whole situation. Everybody was saying Megan was lying. I was saying Megan was lying.
Because even her best friend flipped on.
Right. Everybody was against Megan. So until them text messages came up.
I think they both did.
I agree with what you said. They probably was arguing. She tall, he not, so he got to prove himself every time. He pulled out the gun, he was drunk, he shot her by mistake.
That's the weirdest shit ever, though. That's not the first time I've heard of a dude pulling a gun on a girl. I'm like, bro, what kind of whole shit is that?
He was probably mad, though. Like, they did mess up a good night for him. He was finna get some 5 white filet mignon. He was about to cook. He was at Kylie Jenner house. And they left, so they got kicked out of the party for being too drunk. So Kelsey and Meg had left. Meg came back because she forgot her flip-flops. No, she forgot her nigga. You think I'm going to leave you there with this white woman?
She left him there anyway.
But they said that they got kicked out, right? So, of course, Tory going to want to stay. So they said when he got back, Buddy was in his boxes and everything in the pool. Man, he was finna take Kyla
Megan
down
hit him.
Yeah, she hit. Thank you, bro.
Megan
hit him. When you know the facts of it, like the details, you like, bro, that girl punched that man.
She had to punch him for
She did punch
hit him.
And I bet she hit harder than a sim bitch, too. Listen, I bet if she hit you in your face, you don't feel like no girl punch you, though.
You say punch a frog in your arm.
Brother, I bet money. Meg hit you, bro, you fired.
She is big.
Man, hell yeah, she big. Oh, I'm Google how big Meg.
I knew she was strong.
I got to know.
When she got the first pitch, when she threw the first pitch out of the baseball game and it made it to home plate, I said she's strong.
Brother, can you say that again?
Because I can't throw the pitch to home plate. That bitch went to home plate.
Like, they normally give girls like an inch up. Right, she pitched it from the mound.
Yeah,
she put the ball behind her back and everything.
Y'all leave Megan alone.
She shook off the first call and everything. He let curveball. Man, like the fuck? One nigga fastball.
Nah, she a big girl
now.
Man,
I got to know now though. Hold on. I got to know how big Meg Thee Stallion.
She definitely a big girl.
Meg Thee Stallion. What you think I should Google? Meg Thee Stallion size?
Height and weight.
I got to know.
I mean, she called herself a stallion for a reason.
She 5'10", so we the same height.
Yeah, she tough.
She tall.
Yeah, how much you weigh though, Meg?
And if she 5'10" and she's not fat, that means she weighs a lot.
They say she 5'10", 152.
Nah, Megan big and well, she might be.
She might be bigger than 152 now.
She might be.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see how big my dog Tory Lanez is.
I think Tory like 5'5".
No, he look like he's smaller than that. He probably lying on his driver's license.
But that man 5'3", bro.
He ain't no 5'3", bro. It's 5'3".
5'3", 120.
Oh my God!
And you don't think she punched this man?
He needed some fire.
Even if she didn't punch him, if she pushed him, he fell.
Absolutely.
That's embarrassing too.
But he needed the gun. That's why he said
if a girl push you down, bro. Can you imagine how that looks?
It's worse than getting slapped. I'm telling you, it's worse than getting slapped.
You're a multi-platinum artist, and a girl shoves you, and you fall hard. Like hurt yourself.
You gonna get that gun?
Like you roll with my injury. You gotta have surgery.
He needed the gun though.
Oh, he needed
that
it. Trust me, with dating her.
But that man 120 pounds.
Nah, but I'm gonna tell you what's wild though. Even off that, did you see the story of the guy that went into the Home Depot?
Oh, here
and killed the girl. Yes, bro. I don't know how that's not world news, bro.
Oh my God, it was on some little world site. It wasn't on the news or nothing like that, but it made it to like a big little blog site though. But
did you hear that story? Crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, a guy allegedly
not allegedly.
A girl, no, I'm saying the part that's alleged is that the girl gave him something. You feel me? Gave him a disease. And he went into her job in Home Depot and shot her dead. But then what came out a day later is that his mom and him were exchanging text messages, setting up the murder, and she's like helping him. She's talking about how she's gonna pick her up and drop her off, and it's just like a casual conversation.
Sad.
Like it's a casual conversation like you have with your mom about picking up the laundry.
Mom ain't tell him.
No, and it was so crazy because she was just like, if you gonna kill her, go and kill her today. Don't do it tomorrow.
She up here now.
Yeah, she up here now. I'm gonna let her out the car, and he was like, well, what if she don't get out the car? You better drag her. Don't shoot her in my car. I need to go to work. I'm just like, bro, why are you? Like, how wild do you have to be to have a conversation with me about murder and think about work?
I got somewhere to be, so make it fast.
I mean,
man, I say, but
it makes sense though. You crazy, your mom crazy.
Man, that's nuts.
I feel like they should let the kid off. What chance in hell did you have in life with a mama like that?
Your mama saying,
let me just lock the mama up for life.
And then she basically told him, if you don't do it, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
You talking about doing it, and you done brought me in it. You better do it. I said, this is crazy.
Yeah, and she went to the little balloon release for the girl who died.
I said, boy, this some movie shit here. This a movie.
Right, Lifetime gonna pick
I'm
it up.
glad I ain't got no gangsta ass mama like that though, cause I know
you won't have a chance. You'll be off.
I'm off and my mama good.
Yeah,
but my mama, I'll be the joker, man. I can't have no mama like that though.
Yeah, man. That's some Melly shit. That's worse than that. That put me in the mind of that Melly case. You just sitting in the back seat and your homies think everything good.
Yeah, but you know what's wild? I went to Home Depot the next day and I ain't know that had happened. You know, the day before, that shit was normal in that motherfucker. Ain't nobody died over there.
That shit's crazy.
Everything was business as usual.
Yeah, business as usual. That's how it is. That's how long it took them to open the gym back up after that shit happened.
The next day,
business as usual. You feel me?
Oh man, listen. All they did was take that. I don't want to laugh, so I'm not laughing. I'm just stupid. I'm not laughing at the situation because that lady was super nice who got killed. First of all, that was some dumb shit.
She was a teacher, right?
Yeah. Really good woman. I bumped into her maybe once or twice. A really good person. But all they did was tape the machine up she was on.
That's crazy.
Huh?
That's
Come in
crazy.
here and get your workout, and they just had that bit taped up.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's something else that was in the news. I can't think of what it was. It was big too.
Them white folks whooping. Them niggas.
Yes, that's what it was.
People in Montgomery.
I couldn't put my finger on it for nothing. You know exactly what I was talking about. I said, man, I wanted some of that when it first happened,
Buddy
man.
that swam. My God.
How you felt about that?
I mean, first of all,
we got to start. We can't because it's so much. There is a lot. That was a lot. There's a lot happened that you can comment on.
Go ahead.
So you gotta break it down. First of all, just tell me about the nigga who swam. As a black person.
First of all, we don't swim. So for him
Yes.
to swim.
That nigga had to be angry. I don't even think he can swim.
And
I just think he was so angry.
We can't swim?
Yeah, I think he was just so angry.
He figured it out.
He figured it out. Yeah.
I've seen this shit before. I know I could do it.
That nigga was just adding up. If I just, man, fuck it. He just, motherfucker. Oh, man.
You see the names for him?
Huh?
Aquaman.
Oh,
Maine.
man.
Aquaman.
Nah, what they call that boy? Damn, bro.
Nah, I can't.
They had some good ones, man. Damn, bro.
I
I said, man, these for what they call that boy? Steven.
Jamichael Phelps.
Man.
He
Man,
definitely
he
was
had
Michael
a bunch
Phelps.
of good ones.
Oh man.
But anyway, that man is a legend, bro. He can talk.
is.
He better say that video for the rest of his life. Like when he say like,
And he was thumping when he got there. He
Man,
supposed to be
wasn't he,
tired.
man?
Well, he just swam a
was ready to
quarter
flip.
mile
Come
and
on,
got up.
man.
And
He was
still,
ready.
man, that man was swimming behind a river
was
boat. That wasn't even
right.
regular water. The river boat
pulling you back.
Pulling you back.
Current didn't stand a chance.
A chance. Man, he got on there so
I didn't think
quick.
about
Man,
that.
now that nigga practiced E5. His ancestors told him.
He got
Yeah,
over
man.
there so fast.
Now was the time,
he
my
didn't
son.
even wait to get off the boat. He jumped off the boat.
But I'm gonna tell you the wildest part though, bro, is when that lady was sitting on the ground and OG smacked her with that chair. She was already out, bro. I said, man, this man.
Y'all,
this is
they
wild,
selling
bro.
the chairs as car phone holders.
Man,
If y'all going to Walmart is selling.
just gonna say what I want to say to watch.
phones.
All that with that comment you just said and the chair nigga. Is
Ooh.
why I can't stand niggas, bro.
But this is what's funny.
It's always like we take it too far. Like
Man, listen.
sometimes, first of all, man, that nigga was wild for hitting that white woman on that
Man,
ground
he
like that,
smacked
bro.
her, bro.
Brother, he watched
They
too
in a
much.
fight.
Crushed her, bro. It was
Bro.
WWE Central, bro. But I'm gonna tell you what's wild about this whole situation, though. That scares me, though, is that this situation. Like I commend them for that. Though. I love.
Now
this.
hold on, no,
Hold
because I know where you're going.
You know
You
I'm
about to
going.
drift to a whole.
But I'm gonna let you finish.
Just stay on the
Go
nigga
ahead.
with
Go
the
ahead.
chair.
Go ahead.
Why though? Like that. First of all, that is a lady. I know she's a white woman, and racism is thick in the middle of it. But she was dead. She was done.
Man, he
That
didn't
woman,
care.
bro.
He
Listen.
wanted to make sure she was
He
done.
crushed her, bro.
Man, that
Like
lady
a
head
kid.
jammed in,
Exactly,
like a
bro.
little-
I said, man, what the
bro.
hell was that, bro?
Even the black police was letting she arrive. He was like, nigga, I got to take you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
nigga,
you
tripping.
did too much.
Yeah, but you give me
You gotta
five.
go.
Yeah, like nigga, you won't see me here. Like he had no reason.
Man.
Listen, though.
And what I do like about it though is that
I would love to be in his mind.
Man, it was
What
hell,
his,
bro.
What
They
did his
smacked
brain
her
tell
tough,
him
too.
though? Bro, with all his might.
Man, the video ain't even had no sound, but you
Man.
heard
But
that.
you heard that.
All they needed was the wrestling commentator to come in when he
Jim
smacked
Ross.
that. Jim Ross. That's it. Perfect. Perfect, brother.
Oh,
That's when
man.
your tag team partner run down like
Right,
you know, like the
'cause
nigga
you
who ain't
done.
supposed to be in the
At
right.
that
Right,
point,
Help.
he got slapped in the
done.
ring.
Oh man, they had to take him to jail. But the fact that like, all right, cool. He hit the girl with the chair. That was wild. Why are we buying these chairs?
Because black
we didn't
people
get-
don't take nothing serious.
But they,
Right.
we
It's
turn
a
around and
joke
get
now.
them.
But it's a joke.
It is
It's a
definitely
joke
a joke
now,
now.
fun.
White folks chairs, man.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody
exactly.
black
Made
profiting
us
off the motherfucking chairs y'all buying.
That
brother.
let you know we
They
ain't
so
strategic.
silly.
We don't be
We
thinking.
not exactly, and that's
Yeah,
what I
we not
said
strategic.
before.
Yeah.
The white lady is strategic.
Mm-hmm.
White people strategic.
White
we
people
are
are strategic.
not.
Niggas
Why
are
are we buying
emotional.
these chairs?
Thank you.
Why are we buying these chairs?
But they had chair keychains and everything, and they gonna capitalize. They like, bitch,
Before
you
I
thought
even
you won,
saw
but
the
we gonna
fight, I
win.
seen chairs. I was seeing these chairs everywhere. I'm like, what's up with these chairs?
I'ma
Then
tell
I
you what
seen
ma-
the story.
Yeah.
I was seeing the chairs everywhere.
I'm gonna tell you what made me mad. That shit popped up on my Amazon. I was like, how the fuck my phone
Exactly.
number, nigga? Like how
Amazon.
like I ain't never I've never even Googled chair in my entire life.
Nicknames:
Yeah, give me one.
Aquaman, 21 Tilapia, Swimmy Turner,
Oh my God. Swimming Turner's the worst.
Tariq Swim Patrick,
Listen.
Catfish Cuz,
Hey,
Johnny Gills,
Oh my God.
Scuba Gooden Jr., C Murder. That's what it was.
C murder is the one. That's
C
the
murder
that's,
is the
that's
one.
the one.
Octavius Phelps, Shaquille O'Gills.
Listen,
Oh my God,
that man
bro.
is a legend though.
He is.
Oh,
He
man.
is.
I ain't never seen nobody swim to. It's probably in the history of life. I don't think nobody swim to a fight.
No.
It's like him and Navy SEALs.
Listen,
Man, what?
Them the only people that swim to
Exactly,
fights.
exactly.
Like the Army, the Navy should call, but
Oh, yeah.
he should get a free
Man.
entry into the military. That
Nah.
nigga got over there and went to whooping shit, son.
Man, he got out the water and did the traditional pull-up
Pull-up
pants,
pants.
and set went up, and he just went to striking. And I said, well, this is crazy. It's crazy.
But
bro.
go ahead and give him the bad side. I know where you going.
The bad side is this, though.
Here go the negative.
This is the negative. And everybody going to say, like, bro, shut up. But it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Right? What I want black people to understand, though, right, is when things like that happen, right? And just like, I'm going to start out with this, though. She talk about, like, damn, y'all going out to buy the chairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
What y'all don't understand is y'all buying the chairs and spending your money with these folks, and these folks are taking that money to buy more guns. This has black people in a uproar and ready for a race war that they're not ready for. Well, like, we are not prepared to fuck with them folks for real, bro. Take that motherfucking brawl that we had on the coast, you feel me, and wear that and be proud of it. But understand, bro, this shit is not going to fly. This is the once in a generation type of thing. These folks are not letting that fly ever again. Right now they having meetings and they having meetups, and that same place that happened is going to be on fire in a few months. I promise you, the same way you heard that story and it went viral, there's going to be a lot of other stories that go viral. So when something like this, just like anything else, if you whoop a nigga in the street, you feel me? You better be prepared for him to come back. You feel me? You better be prepared for him to come back, and he not coming back to fight you again because you just whooped him. You feel me?
Right.
So that's why I always tell people all the time, bro, I'm not, if it's somebody that, like, if I bother you, I'm going to, like, if I get into it with you, I got to be willing to go all the way, or I'm not going at all.
Right.
You feel me? Because I don't know what you capable, I don't know what you got on your mind, but I just feel like it has us in an uproar, and we celebrating, and that's cool, because I love to see black people stick together, you feel me, and whooping on somebody that deserve it, not necessarily white people. If the other group was a group of bad black people and they got their ass whooped, I would have been excited about that too, just us sticking together and doing the right thing. Right. They did the right thing. It was a group of people hopping on somebody, you feel me, and they needed their ass whooped, even if it was a group of white people whooping their ass, they needed their ass whooped.
And let's shout out a couple of white folks that helped us.
Yeah.
Yo, I ain't seen some white folks.
Yeah.
And what I do like,
they better be.
And what I do like about that whole scenario too is that they were putting everybody in handcuffs, and they were handling everybody the same. It wasn't like they were. Yeah, it wasn't like they were mishandling black people. They handled everybody like they was criminals. Yeah, I'm cool with that. That's all I say. That's why I say keep it consistent across the board when something like this happens.
Well, that nigga with that chair is a criminal.
He is a criminal, 100%.
1,000%.
Yeah, 100%. But they treated everybody like they were criminals, and I like that. But I think the bad side of that, though, is that sometimes, though, bro, it's just like I was listening to my son talk the other day, and I raised you, right? I've taken you to the gym. I've seen you hit a punching bag. You feel me? I know how you built. You feel me? I've been around you your whole 19 years. And we're on the porch, and he's telling me, man, like, do you folks know what type of time I'm on? I'm like, bro, what folks?
Like, do they, son?
Like, do they? He's like, yeah, they don't play with me. I say, bro, they don't play with you because they like you. Like, you cool. Right. They respect you. They like you, but nobody's afraid of you, bro. And if they are afraid of you, that's not cool. I said, the last thing you want to be in this world is fear. If there was a lion roaming around Pensacola, what you think they would do to it?
Shoot it.
Exactly. I said, you ever see them killing cute kittens? Right. I said, if you are a lion, you better disguise yourself as a cute kitten if you want to survive out here.
Yeah, niggas don't kill people they can whoop.
Exactly. You feel me? So that's why I'm just like, bro, like, and white people fear us in that capacity. When we get in groups and when we fighting back, they fear us in that capacity.
One of them had a gun. If that was rifle Sunday,
it would have been going off.
It would have been,
It would have been going off.
It would have been
they would have emptied the clips.
Folks.
They would have emptied the clips. So my thing is like, we gotta, if we really want to be like that, we gotta be on that type time too. You feel me? Or you gotta just chill, bro. But I ain't mad for them doing what they did. You feel me? But it's just like the people know how to take a good situation and make everything around it bad.
Right.
You feel me? And I just felt like that's kind of where it went. It's just like and I want people to also understand it's like this is not the first time black people ever fought back. We just got camera phones and shit. There were a lot of times back in the day to where black people and I'm gonna tell you why they don't. Black people fought back in the days where they had hoses and shit. They went home with black eyes too, but the thing about it, they didn't televise it because they didn't want black people to feel the way that niggas feel now. You feel me? Because they understand there's a sense of unity that comes with that. Right. Because black people are trendy like a motherfucker. If fighting back becomes a trend, we'll start fighting back. Yeah, so I just feel like that's the thing. Like that's why they never showed us fighting back. They show you roots in school. They showed us that in middle school. Yeah. They show you roots. They show you the riots where it's getting hosed, but they never show us fighting back because they don't want us to feel like we have that ability. But that day showed us that we can whoop some ass if we really stuck together.
That's the first time we fought back in modern days. That's why the shit was so viral, though. I mean, when is the last time you seen, in modern times,
right?
Camera phone's been out for a while now, right? When's the last time you seen a group of black people stick together and against white?
You don't because we've been traumatized not to because it's never taught to you. You feel me? That's why I say they showed us roots. Right. We've been programmed and indoctrinated with that type of shit to not fight back since we were little.
Right.
Just like right now, if a nigga try a nigga across the street, the whole hood going over there and they gonna fire shit up. But if it happens in a white neighborhood, you ain't firing shit up because you already programmed to not fight them back. You feel me? But that just showed me it was a glitch in the program that day. Because motherfuckers got off, and I'm just like, that's what I like to see about it. I'm like, that's the way this shit need to be. Motherfuckers need to understand that there's repercussions for fucking with people, and they'll do it less.
But was it Montgomery, Alabama?
I think that was.
Was that Montgomery?
It was. I think it was Montgomery.
Yeah.
See, but small towns like that, they might know that man though, the little doc dude. Maybe that's why they all stuck there. That might be like cool old Mr. Joe,
100%,
or something like that. Like, why y'all fucking with Mr. Joe? You know what I'm saying? Ain't much to do in Montgomery, so we might come to this motherfucking riverboat all the time. But what I will say, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, in light of all my gray hairs I got on my face. When them white people, next time something go viral, whether it's whooping on a black person, shooting up a black person, y'all just hold your pearls and keep your motherfucking mouth closed, because them folks gonna cheer loud as fuck. I tell people, black people,
Trump Obama.
We are not strategic. You said a mouthful when you said that. Trump Obama.
We not
I told them folks when they were screaming my president is black, I say, okay, y'all just wait. I knew they was gonna find a mascot. You understand what I'm saying? And the only reason why Trump exists is because Barack Obama existed and we treated it like we treated it. They couldn't wait to root for a white person the same way and rub it in your face. So it's coming back. And just everybody let them have it.
Right.
Because that's what you did too.
We've been doing that forever though. We do it with boxing. We do it with everything. We did it with the women's national championship game. Like when Caitlin Clark went off and white people had their moment. You feel me? LSU just happened to end it. You feel me? But had them folks won the national championship, you still be hearing about that shit right now. But it's just like people can't wait to cheer for their squad, bro. That's why I say people are tribal all the time. It's like your favorite team. Right. The Raiders are my favorite team. If they up and they winning, I'm cheering. But when they getting their ass whooped, I'm quiet. I watch it with y'all in college football every day. Florida State, it's the same thing with people. Right. You feel me? When your people winning, you cheer and you cheer loud. But be okay when you getting your ass whooped and people the other side's cheering. So that's why I say like I don't get too high or too low when something like that happen. I'm like, damn, I'm glad to see us sticking together. But I can't post about it and go crazy with it because it's gonna, like you say, them tables gonna turn. They're gonna turn
soon as fuck. Cause they looking for one right now.
They can't wait for one to turn.
There's a white person on the internet right now looking for looking for one. They can't wait. Yeah. I'll ask you a personal question. Not a personal question, but about relationships. I want to ask you some stuff in general so I can use your expertise before we get out of here. I have a lot of critiques about black relationships, specifically black relationships, right? I think that we are some of the most dysfunctional people in relationships. I think a lot of our gender roles are off. I think our understandings about a lot of things are off. In your experience in counseling people, what do you see as the biggest wedge between the black man and the black woman? Why is there this? There is clearly, even online and in person, a beef between us.
Right. Well, I think one of the biggest issues we have is gender roles, for one. A lot. This gonna get a little bit deep.
Go for it.
And fellas gonna be ruffled right now. Okay, I'm gonna ruffle my own fellas.
Go ahead.
It started when the absence of male figures in the household started disappearing. Okay? Come on, black man. Let's be honest. We don't have a lot. I'm not saying every household is like that. But a lot of African-American households do not have a father present. If he's around, he drops in and he drops out. I saw my dad at 10 and didn't see him again until I was 30. Okay?
I'm ruffled now. I'm just so you know I'm over. I'm ruffled.
I'm going somewhere.
I'm ruffled.
Right. Fast forward. This puts an anger in the mother that she passes on to her daughters. This is in every household. This is in every black woman. But a lot of them that I have seen in counseling sessions, they start wearing the pants because they've been taught to wear the pants because daddy wasn't there. So mommy is mad. Mommy's working 3 jobs by herself and cussing daddy out every chance she gets, saying how good for nothing is, how he didn't do this, didn't do that. And unfortunately, that shifts the mindset of African American women to believe the black men they're not going to secure us. They're not going to provide. They're not going to take care of us. So unfortunately, a lot of black women go into relationships already feeling like the black man is going to fail. So if you go into something already feeling like he's not going to step up, you already the wedge. Because even if he step up, every time he makes a mistake, you are counting that mistake as his norm. This is one of the biggest problems I have in relationships, in relationship counseling sessions. A lot of black women, not all black women, sorry, but we are masculine. We are very dominant. We love to scream. What's the famous line they like to call? Alpha female. Okay. Black women, this alpha female thing is hurting us. We're not supposed to be alpha. We're women. We're supposed to be feminine. We're supposed to be soft. That's the way we were created. We are not big. We can't protect y'all. We may be able to protect y'all spiritually, emotionally, but physically, I don't care how tall we are not built stronger. But the roles have reversed. We're strong now. We're tough. We tougher than you. We know more than the men. We could work harder than the men. And unfortunately, no, but that's how we feel. That's how a lot of black women come into counseling sessions feeling, and it's hurting their marriage. I've seen men work, and this goes both ways. I've seen men be the issue, and I've also seen where the woman is the issue because she won't even allow you to wear your pants because she's wearing it and doesn't know how to take it off when that man comes. I understand, women, a lot of times we have to wear the pants, but when you meet a man that is wearing the pants, know when to yield. Know when to come out of survival mode and take the pants off so that man can lead. We scream lead, lead, lead. But a lot of times we don't let men lead. And so then that's where the breakdown happens.
Because you don't really want to lead, but yeah.
We don't want to lead. No. Women,
y'all don't really want a lead. Not that you don't want to lead.
And guess what? A lot of black women don't want to lead, but they struggle with taking off the pants. When the man comes, it's that back and forth thing. If you got a woman screaming alpha female, there's a breakdown already because you should. Why would I want to be an alpha female?
Now that I agree with.
Why do I want to be an alpha?
Women got a closet full of pants.
That is a problem. That's one of the biggest. Is right away a man is. Not all men are offended, but most men will be like, "Alpha female, what is this?
Right.
Where are you going with this thing? Where are you going? Be an alpha in the streets. Be an alpha on your job. Be an alpha in the workplace. Be an alpha when you're in the corporate world and they're not giving you the respect that you deserve as a woman. But when you're walking in that door, drop that alpha female outside the door and just come inside and be your wife. Be that man's peace. Be his sugar mama, sweet, whatever sweet name that man calls you. We got to learn how to take off that alpha female hat. And I think that's what the biggest problem is in most of the counseling sessions that I've seen, where women have been conditioned to believe men don't show up. So they put on the pants and they never take them off.
Right. Would you like to go?
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool. I love when I give somebody an opportunity, because I will interrupt and interject all the time. I like the fact that you was able to go on that kind of rant, but you said so much, I don't really know. My brain don't really know where I want to start. So I'll start in reverse the way my mind thinks, right? So you said that women are stronger now and they work harder and they
she's not. She wasn't saying that they are. She's saying their mentality.
Yeah, the mentality is that.
I'm just going to clear up all of it, whether they are, think they are, or whatever the case may be. I guess I'll give you an example. So we use alpha when it comes to the animals, right?
Right.
So just for hypothetical, let's say you actually had an alpha gorilla, not by name, but by all the standards we consider alpha. He's the biggest, he's the strongest, he's the most dominant. But let's just say he's a cool, chill, laid-back ass gorilla, right? And you got another little mediocre gorilla who thinks he's the alpha gorilla in mindset, right? Is he really the alpha because he thinks he's the alpha? Just because the alpha is so chill? I'm just talking about the animals, right? If push come to shove and it go down, we're going to need the alpha to be the alpha. He will be, and push come to shove when alpha is necessary, because it's not necessary all the time.
Right.
Even in a good relationship, if I'm the dominant, I can't not be dominant all the time.
Right.
That's unhealthy in any relationship. I have to give my wife, my girlfriend, my lover a space to also make decisions, and you get what I'm saying? So, yes, women nowadays think they're the alpha, but you're not, though. You don't work harder. You don't, okay, women have careers now. You don't have fucking jobs. I'll give you an example. What do we use in society? Every societal thing that exists on the planet, a man built. Everything that's necessary to your society. The road systems you use, the buildings you live in, the home. You know a bunch of female construction workers?
Nope.
You know a bunch of female railroad conductors, they are having more truck drivers now. I will give y'all that. You see more women own trucks. Shout out to that.
Steel workers.
Yeah, but still, like all the shit that is mandatory for the world, everything that you enjoy in the world to function, you know a bunch of women doing it? No. Right. So shout out to y'all for having careers. I'm not belittling that, but don't ever think that you are out working and you are out living, because the world, there is no society on the planet. I'm not just talking about America. Go pick any country. There is no society that is functioning on the back of the blood of women. What wars y'all fought? Right now, Ukraine going through a war. They got the women and children out of there, and hundreds of thousands of men are dying right now for them to enjoy whatever kind of freedoms or whatever they will eventually come back to. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's no offense to y'all, but all that shit is mentality. You get what I'm saying? And to me, that is the wedge. You just said women are a lot of times bitter, mama passing it down.
Right, that's what it starts.
So there's a lot of single mothers in homes, but understand you raising these men too. A lot of shit that you see out here in the streets is female or feminine ways that we've learned to mask them as toughness. When somebody look at us wrong and we react to it as men, like, man, what the fuck you looking at? That's female energy. If you look at a woman for too long, what's she gonna say? What you looking at, man? Right. That's female energy. But since a lot of us are raised by women, and those energies that we don't understand that we have, all those feminine things, we mask them as tough guy, but that's why we less of thinkers and we more emotional reactors and violent and things like that. Those are women's reaction to shit. So I do agree with you. A lot of it started when men were outside of the home, but ask yourself why that happened. It wasn't because black fathers chose, right? It's because women were presented with another option, right? If you go back through history, when you were presented with assistance throughout the government, the welfare, you were presented with another option. And it was more beneficial to you. And what I will say, what men do wrong, and it's my belief that this is why this started, grandma and them didn't like getting cheated on. You get what I'm saying? So if I had an option to take this money from this white man and fuck you for slinging all that dick, or get out of here, I'll take that check.
Right, because I'm only here for the check anyway.
Right. It wasn't like you wasn't working. It wasn't like you wasn't a good father. Because I've seen a lot of women, I'm living proof of it.
Right.
I have custody of my daughter now, thank God. But I've seen a lot of women upset how the relationship went, so they keep their father away from the child. Yeah, I might have been a piece of shit ass boyfriend, but I'm a great father.
Right.
And they cannot not conflate the two. You get what I'm saying? So when you were presented with another option, you chose to not be in the house with the man. So all of these misraised people, and all the statistics show, I'm not dissing women, I'm just telling y'all facts. I do think the role that y'all play in this world is more important than any role. I do think if y'all understood your true power, you can control this world, but you don't, because you truly don't understand it. So I'm not belittling none of that, but all the statistics show that men are better parents than women.
Men good parents, they are.
Single women.
Single dad. There's a lot of single dads out there.
The percentage of children being failures from single mother homes is drastically different than single father homes, right? The wildest statistic has nothing to do with parenting. They say that if a child is lost, right, what that child should do by statistics, a lost child of any race, is just find a black man. That's your child's most likely entry to getting back to safety.
Now, there's a lot of good black men out there. There really are. There's a lot of black fathers, a lot of black
gangster, like I said,
you're born protected.
Right. We might treat each other like shit.
But not the kids.
But we don't just randomly hurt random shit. Like that ain't in us though. We might not see value in each other, but don't get it twisted though. We the nicest men in the world underneath all that. So it ain't the shit on nobody. I just hate when I struggle with, we do have to make change, men and women, right? Men have a hell of a lot of change. So I'm not trying to tilt the scale, but I do feel like the woman is the backbone of a relationship. Even if you got two healthy people, your relationship is going to go how, like, let's say you got two healthy people, right? A relationship, right? If mom is unhappy in the house, man, everybody unhappy.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
You feel me? We all need to get together and figure out what's wrong with mama, because none of us can function in here if mama ain't right. You get what I'm saying? We can function around dad, he'll be all right.
Not
you
mama.
Know what I'm saying? Our dad is tripping today, man, cut the game on. You know, mama go cook dinner, everything fine. Mama ain't happy. And it's in a healthy household.
So, that's how it's in my house.
So the work,
I'm mad at everybody.
The work of family, because he made a statement on the podcast one time, and women were offended. He said the most important thing a woman does is give birth, and women thought that was like belittling them. Like, that's all I'm good for. Like, what you mean that's all you good for? damn near that's the only thing we here for.
Right. Yeah, right. You created me to do the work. Like, so I wouldn't be here doing the work if it wasn't for you, but that's not important.
I think motherhood is so important, and honestly, it's an honor.
If you choose, even if you choose to participate in that or not, it doesn't take away the power from it.
Right.
You
True.
feel me? It's still the greatest power. Like, to be able to create
Give
another
birth,
human,
life,
to carry another human.
Yeah.
And so
none of this happened without y'all. So when we talk about relationship and what's wrong, it will only go as far as the woman allows it to go. You think that the men are necessarily in control. You still have some dominant cultures, but those women just choose to listen. Don't ever get it twisted.
Oh, yeah.
When we look at them other countries, them women just choose to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. Like, they might have some fucked up standards and rules, but bro, we low-key choose this. We was taught to, we do, because if they all band together, they see what we doing. They got phones. Like, they know we can get together and say fuck this shit like them. We can rip them out the plastic too. They can be brand new.
Yeah.
But they like, nah, I like it in here. My legacy, my family, my whatever. So I just...
And that's why I always say that like, women can solve all the world's problems. And when I say that, I always say a lot of the shit, the way things are, is a woman's fault, and that it's not an insult. And I have to explain that by saying that when I say that, it means that you have so much power. You feel me? You can change everything.
Agreed.
You feel me? You can change everything. All you have to do and the issue is anytime something is out of order is because, like, a group of y'all got together and some of the other women didn't comply. But if all women, just like if all women got together and say, hey, I say this all the time, if we ain't fucking nobody that ain't got jerry curls, and everybody complies, what you think every man in the country gonna be doing the next day?
Jerry curls,
right. We ain't fucking nobody that's violent. You feel me? If you in the streets and you ain't got a good job, we ain't fucking with you. What niggas gonna do?
Get out the street, get a job.
You have the power to change everything. But what happens is they say, well, y'all just gonna fuck some other hoes. Well, what are those hoes? They're women. Mm-hmm. And if the hoes are in compliance with the rest of y'all, then we ain't got nobody to fuck. So we got to get in line. You feel what I'm saying? So it's almost like when somebody puts the blame on me, right? When I own a business and everybody putting the blame on me, I wear the blame because I have the most power. I got the most control. I can change all this shit. Yeah. So of course they putting it on me. Yes, they could do different things and do things better, but at the end of the day, it's on me.
But the shit that y'all agree on is all the unhealthy shit.
Right.
Everybody want to be dominant. The good girls, the girls with careers and education, and the street hoes. Yeah. Y'all, everybody want to be the lead and the boss and the You got girls with whole education jobs call themselves boss bitches.
But they give dominance the wrong definition,
exactly.
Bro. Dominance can be done in a finesse fashion. You feel me? Marilyn Monroe was dominant.
She was.
You feel me? Michelle Obama is dominant.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yes.
Like, so it's just like dominant has nothing to do with, like you say, I think that you said something that I've never heard anybody say, that men take on battered women's personalities and disguise it as tough guy shit. Mm-hmm. So our whole idea of tough and dominant and leadership is not tough and dominant at all.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just like women who are smart lead with finesse. Everything you've ever gotten from your husband or everything you've ever like convinced your husband to do was done with grace.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It wasn't done with poking your chest out.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
And I always tell women that too, especially in counseling sessions. Tone is everything. You can convey a message two different ways depending on how you say whatever it is you're saying. Mm-hmm. If you talk at somebody 90% of the time, they're going to talk back at you. They're not going to hear what you're saying. But if you come and you present something to someone or you ask someone to do so, especially a man, men like to be needed by their woman.
Girl, jump out this chair. You said a mouthful.
They like to be
needed.
Men
like to feel needed.
Yeah.
Like, make me feel needed.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's okay to... A man has an ego in certain areas. Yeah. Like, I'm a dude,
and that's
like,
and a lot of women.
Remember the last part?
That.
Women were like, we don't,
bro. And
the
greatest. And
that's crazy.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest. Like, it's that shit is like a steering wheel. Ego. Yeah. If you understand a man's ego, it's a steering wheel. You can drive him in any direction if you feed his ego. Right. But you got too much pride to feed his ego because you want yours fed.
Exactly. Right. And for what's the point? The roles have shifted. I'm telling you, that's really what it is.
They're trying, but that's why everybody's so angry, because everybody's functioning in unnatural roles. Men are closer to women and women are closer to men, and balance is thrown off, and we're wondering what it is. That's why gender roles are real. Yep. Everybody has a place. I say it all the time. So when somebody tell you stay in your place, it's not a diss. Right. You have a place, and you are more powerful in your place.
Exactly.
You feel me? If I'm a 3-point shooter, you feel me? I have no business trying to get the ball to the basket. My place is on the wing.
Right.
Let me tell you how finesse a woman can be. My daughter came to me. She's like, Dad, open this jar of pickles for me, right? She like to eat she love pickles, right? She said, Daddy, open this jar for me. I was like, all right, cool. I opened the jar. She's like, Daddy, you so strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. She came back to me like 30 minutes later, hours. She said, Dad, can you give me a Robux card? Roblox. Is it Robux or am I saying it wrong?
That's it, Roblox.
Robux. So whatever game they play.
Right.
Dad, can you give me one of them cards? Like, yeah, baby, I got one of them cards, right? Cool. So the next day I came home, right? And she in the kitchen doing her own shit. Man, she popped that shit open so easy. I say, man, it's
exactly
finesse.
Right.
But because I felt needed,
Exactly.
You did both.
she knew to make me feel needed. Like, Daddy, you so special to me, Daddy. All right, babe,
I
get you
agree.
this card.
Like, let
And
me
what's funny,
share that.
women know how to do it because you do it with your children all
Right.
the time.
Mhm.
Hey, you so smart.
Yep.
You so strong. I'm
Exactly.
like, bro,
And they love mama forever.
100%.
Mama can't do no
Yep.
wrong.
100%, bro.
Like,
And
I'm
that's,
gonna be honest. Before I met my husband, people could have said I had that alpha female personality just
You
because I was used to
the
doing
crowd?
stuff myself,
Yeah.
right? But when I met my husband, I knew, okay, I shouldn't be trying to fix a tire myself and do all these stuff just to prove what? What am I trying to prove? So I remember talking to a girlfriend of mine, and she was like, I thought you used to fix your own tire. Didn't your dad teach you how to fix a tire? I said, yeah, but what? I got a man now, so I'm letting him do that
Right,
stuff,
yeah.
you know. And she was like, did you tell him you could fix a tire? I said, no. She's like, are you gonna tell him? I said, why would I tell him that? I don't want him thinking I got masculine energy.
Man,
the next thing
I
I know,
love
he
that
want
you-
me going out there mowing the lawn with him. No, I
Swear.
want him to think I can't do nothing,
I
so he
love
can help
that you
me.
have all of those skills, but you should never have to
Right,
use them
exactly.
unless it's a case of an emergency.
Exact. I know
Yeah, you
for
should never have to.
emergency purposes how to do certain things.
And that's
but
dope.
I don't try to do those things just to say, oh, I can fix my own tire. I don't need you.
What the hell is
I
my
can-
job now?
Right, exactly.
What am I here
and
for?
women, we do that. We take the jobs away from men and then we say they don't lead. That's one of the biggest problems. Like, I know a couple right now, I'm not going to call no names, but they're having an issue. They could be great together, but the woman is a man.
That's how it is.
So do y'all agree with me now when I say women shouldn't have money? Well, I took it too far.
You took it too far, yeah. Unless you're gonna give us money.
Yeah. So yeah,
If you're gonna give us an allowance,
yeah, absolutely.
if I'm gonna get an allowance, then yeah.
I can't call it allowance because then y'all will be offended.
No,
but
call it allowance. I don't care.
yeah, women shouldn't have.
Have
money.
you
That's
dated? Have you dated both sides, like black men and white men? And is there like a contrast
I have.
between the two?
I have. I've dated black my whole life until I got married.
Okay.
Oh, your husband
white.
white? Oh, you should have said that out loud. Now everybody they gonna take back everything you said. Nothing you said matters. You shouldn't
Said none of the counseling or
Hey, we
nothing. huh?
gotta edit that out.
Don't
We
edit
making so
that
much.
out.
We made so much progress on
Don't
this
edit
podcast.
that now.
We gotta take this out.
I dated black men my whole life
Yeah, now
until
cut,
I got
cut
married.
that right there. When she say that, that's we gonna. I dated a black man my whole life, and
We got
thanks
one
for coming.
camera. We got one camera. You can't even cut
Oh
no
yeah.
more.
Oh, we got. Oh man. Oh man.
I purposely did this so he don't have to edit.
Sorry.
Oh,
we
man.
can drop when we want to drop now. Man, that's funny.
We made
yeah.
so much progress. I thought we had something.
Explain.
I really did think we had a good thing.
Well, how does that take
Man,
away the
all they
progress?
finna
What does
do,
it do?
all they finna do
What
is
does
hit
it
you with a
change?
white man and be like, "Don't none of that make sense no more."
It
because-
does make sense
I'm-
because
I'm
I
just
know a
telling
lot
how
of
black
great
women-
men.
Right.
Yes,
It
I
makes
know you.
perfect sense.
But they gonna take it. It's like, oh, that's you. From, number one, some people gonna feel like you're a sellout.
Right, I get that a
Right.
lot,
Thank
but
you.
that's it wasn't like I went looking for somebody white. I met my husband, fell in love. That was it.
Life too short.
Right, it
Absolutely.
wasn't like that. But I've dated both sides, and I can say that there is a difference.
Absolutely. As long as you didn't announce that he was white, like if you were like my white husband, like Buddy from North
No.
Carolina, he was like, I'm proud to be black, but I'm also proud my wife is white. And I was like, man, what the fuck are you talking about?
No,
That
y'all
was
asked
wild.
me.
Yeah, so you were asked.
Right.
That's fine. But the progress we made.
It's still
Yeah, and what
progress.
made me ask that though is because of the question you asked earlier. Because you talked about like, does it matter if you had a white therapist or a black therapist? And I think it's important that people have experienced both sides of the coin.
You
before
do
they
need to
really have an
experience both
opinion about
sides,
it.
'cause you'd be
'Cause
surprised.
You can't be just out here to just like advising and you don't have no
Yep.
experience in all areas. So I believe you love who you love. So I don't really get into like who marries who, but I do understand that the dynamic is different. But there is a theory that says that black women are more submissive to white men than black men a lot of time. That's a thing. You've heard that before?
I've heard that before.
Okay. I just want to make sure I
Me
wasn't tripping.
personally, I was taught to be submissive. I was raised like that.
Right.
Really old school. You cook, you clean, you take care of your family. That's just how I was raised. So that's all I know.
And
I know that a lot of women don't agree with that, and I get a lot of talk about it because I'm that wife I'm going to cook every day. I cooked before I came here because that's my family.
Yeah.
Were you? This your first marriage? Only first and only?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your longest relationship to a black man? 5
years.
Did you cook and do all the same?
Nope.
Just curious. You ain't do none of that for him?
I didn't do none of it. You know why? Because he was always out in the streets. I wanted to give him that.
But you know what? You
I
just
really did.
You made the point that I was going to say next.
He didn't want to. He wasn't ready to elevate to that next level relationship.
But she like kind of confirmed the point that I was going to make is that it's culture. Like we always talk about culture, and I feel like a lot of the times when you hear women say, if somebody can lead properly, or if my point to that is always don't choose a motherfucker that can't.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like when you chose who you were going to marry, you chose somebody who made you feel like X, Y, Z, ABC, whether he was white or black. It just happened to be a white man. But in our culture, it's a lot harder to find a black man who does have his shit together, who knows how to lead properly. Because I think a lot of the times, I do believe that, like I say women all the time, don't commit to someone who doesn't know how to lead properly. But I will, in the same breath, agree that a lot of black men don't know how to lead properly. You feel what I'm saying? But if you choose them, you still have to play your role.
Right.
Like if I
you
choose you,
the role, you gotta
we talk
play
about it all the time. It's like if you're a cheater, you're a cheater. If you faithful, you faithful. You feel me? So if you meet somebody and you're not a cheater and they start cheating on you, you don't cheat back. You just leave them and go find somebody else.
But the thing, you can't judge if I can lead properly unless you know how to submit properly. You can't be sitting around waiting on me to lead properly while you ain't doing no submitting. That don't.
No, I agree with that.
Now we don't know what's what.
Right.
I agree with that.
Maybe I ain't leading probably because you ain't nobody worth leading.
Right.
So now
we at a stalemate.
So now we at a stalemate.
Gotcha.
So if you pick this person, whether he out in the streets or whatever, no, do what you doing for the white man.
Right.
You don't know how that's going to affect
because you did pick him.
Right.
You did choose.
Well, we didn't live together.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like we didn't live together.
Right. No, that's fine. But I do agree with you that and I said this on the podcast, other cultures date better. That's why I said specifically when we was talking about relationships, black relationships. And people got on my head when I said you can step out in other cultures and it's easier to function in relationships, not because they're better, but because their culture operates different. Right. All that out in the streets and all that, white people don't do that.
They don't do that.
You feel me?
No.
They got a version of that, but it ain't
Poker
so
night,
offensive.
that's their version.
Right.
Yeah,
Poker night, that's their version of it.
Exactly.
It ain't.
Nah.
He coming home and he done been
he going to Puerto Rico somewhere.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah. And sometimes a lot of black women do that because they feel like they have to. Like sometimes people feel like they got some when they got some white. Not saying you.
Right.
But it's like, oh, I better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm.
Right.
You know, it's just kind of like
because you
that
made
was
a point
my
though.
culture.
Yeah.
That was my grandmother. That's cheating husband. Whole 60 years, whatever. She cooked every day. That's just how we were raised.
You know
we were raised to be wives.
Yeah.
My grandma would literally tell you that. Like, one day you're gonna have a family, and if your kids know the dollar menu of McDonald's, that means you're not a good wife. They should not be able to recite the dollar. That's your family. So when I hear women say, "Oh, I'm not cooking every day," that's slavery. Well, so you gonna eat out every night?
Man, I got so
your
many
kids
jokes
gonna
now.
eat out every night?
I can make so many jokes. But you're right though. You're 1,000%
That's
right.
crazy.
Yeah,
you got to feed yourself. So it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, and you made a dope ass point though when you said that when black women get like a white man, they feel like I got something. It's because it's like I said, it goes back to the point I made earlier is that our respect for other people's culture is more than respect for our own culture. So when a black woman gets a white man, it's like I gotta buck up because he ain't finna tolerate this, or this is how they function. It's almost like when you get around your white friend. You ever been had a friend and got a white friend? You ever had somebody go around their white friends and they start talking like them? Like bro, you was just talking folk and all this shit. Now
you do it on my white job all the time.
Right, you feel what I'm saying? Because there's something in the back of your mind that has you programmed to do that. You feel me? Like, oh, I got to turn my best behavior on for these folks. You feel me? But when I get back round bone, like I've done it at a restaurant. I pull up to McDonald's and I watch a white person get their order, and it's yes sir, yes ma'am. And when I get there, it's like, what's good, folk? I'm like, no, bitch. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Yeah. You feel me? Same. You feel me? But it's just that we have a certain way we treat each other and a certain way we treat other people. Respect, that's why you can't find no videos of us fighting them back because it's embedded in us that we don't fight them back. We respect their culture more than we respect our own. Just like when most black men get with white women, a lot of the times they function differently with the white woman than they do with black women. It's just because we respect their culture more and we approach it different when we should approach each other in the same fashion, and we don't do that.
But they already submissive.
Y'all know the main thing they do.
So dick.
They go y'all go pro and y'all go white.
Yeah, but we're supposed to.
But
no, you're not.
Yes, we are, because they easy to deal. You think I can focus on all this game tape with your complaining and black needs and then wants? Man, that's why them niggas be out the lead. That white woman gonna sit down and ain't gonna say,
Right,
hey,
and they gonna shoot 'em
Daddy in
after.
there watching film.
But
y'all get y'all ass
but I'm
over here.
gonna tell you what you watch too, though,
Need me to
right?
get them balls? They not today.
If you go do your research on most of these athletes who are married to white women, right? What you understand is white women, like you said, they are strategic. And you should be, because if I got a little homeboy who's 6'7" at 12 years old, buy him some cleats, buy him some shoes. Make sure you're there in the time when nobody is there. And that's what they do. If you look at Patrick Mahomes' wife, he's been with her since he was a freshman in high school, freshman in college. It's just like they invest in things early, understanding.
They secure themselves.
So they deserve a lot of times. They deserve the reward though, because black women wait for you to get it.
Part of securing it is overlooking the fuck ups. Right. They're not gonna walk away from their meal ticket.
Black women don't do that.
So it ain't like that Tyrone them got with Becky and
a lot of black
fucked up
women
Les.
do
Becky just let it ride because I know what's on the end of that.
Right.
Black women ain't doing that
Becky's
shit.
Stupid.
Kevin Samuels said the best shit ever though. That man sweated. White women go to college to find a man. Black women go to college to prove they don't need one.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's true.
Hey, I got to get this out of my head before we go.
It's true.
I ain't gonna make the joke, but it was funny. So I got to get the concept out of my brain because it eat me up all night though.
God.
But you swear that black women think it's slavery cooking and cleaning.
They do.
But you cook and clean for a white man. I just had to
crack the joke.
No, I just had to get the analogy out of my brain. That's how my brain heard. I was like, well,
I am
kind of the same. You see what
I'm happy about it.
Thank you. Hey,
when you love somebody, you don't look at it as slavery. You look at it like you're taking care of your family.
Yeah.
Hey man, you ain't doing nothing.
Because it's an unhappy motherfucker right now calling your every name in the book, and they ain't got no control, they ain't got no ring, they ain't got no happiness.
Right.
So it's just like you got to do what make you happy and not worry about how that affects other people or how it looks. Because
left my ex right where he was, still cheating on the new wife, cheating on the old wife, went and got
old. Made a good decision.
All kind of super stuff going on.
Listen now,
right?
I'm just gonna tell you this because we black. They're between men. This ain't when your husband watched this show. All of this was for him.
No, he gonna laugh.
No, that's fine.
He okay with he don't care.
This whole show was for him too, but this part is for me and you, sister. Look at me in my deep in my black eyes. Listen to me. I'm telling you this as a sister. Like I'm telling this. You hear the cargo
I don't even know if I want to hear
in
it.
the back. White folks cheat more than black folks.
Oh, I know.
And but they strategic.
Right. Well, white people strategic. Period.
That's what I'm saying. Them trips overseas, don't be over there to go take pictures of the Congo.
Well, he don't go overseas.
He don't have to. White men invented infidelity. Black niggas didn't have no options. We had to love who we had.
That's a fact.
Right. They started infidelity.
That's a fact.
So don't think the inventors...
And y'all ran with it. They started it and y'all finished
Don't ever think...
Nah, they still better than us.
No, the inventors are just more advanced. We got the back end
y'all
of
it. Y'all finished it.
No, we just running like they used to run back then.
And the reason why we have the reputation that's worse than theirs because we're not as good as it as them. We get caught more. We're not good. We're not good. They're advanced at it. They'll never get caught.
They keep their side on payroll. Right. They stay overseas and do stuff.
NDAs, all kinds of shit.
They do it at work. They do. I'm telling you though, niggas ain't got no office to fuck in. What fucking office we fucking in?
Fuck at your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Your daughter home.
Yeah.
No, nigga.
Yes.
No, you can't go on.
So listen, what your husband got an office?
No, he does not. I got an office. He don't.
BK, you might fucking know.
I got an office.
Hey, but between me and you, sister, I'm glad you in love, but just listen to me now. Don't. If you catch your good white man cheating, just ride it on out now.
I will not ride it out.
Where you gonna go? Because once you find out,
black women don't ride out stuff.
Well, where you gonna go?
Because we don't know how to be quiet.
Let's say he was cheating, then where you going then? Now you know we all cheat.
I'm just gone.
Ain't nowhere to go.
It is somewhere to go. It's always somewhere for us to go.
You got a lot of outfits you got to zip up from the back, so you gonna need somebody.
I do, and I'll find some.
Somebody need some help.
Hey, close us out, man.
Hey man, this is Adam 12 Taylor. I am the Boneface, and this is Mrs.
Delarice Tarani.
Now, hold on. Now. Give them your Instagram handle and all that other good stuff and what you got going on before we close you out.
You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Miss Diva the Boss. I am competing at Mrs. Galaxy International next week, so y'all throw a prayer up for me. Vote for me.
How does that work, the competition? Like, I know we need to go, but I just want to know. I'm curious.
There is